Floyd Mayweather, the Mr. Money Man. He spoke on Diddy's sexual accusations. And he pretty much said, you know, I'm a black man. He a black. I'm not gonna really say much. He said everybody makes mistakes. So he, that it was a mistake. Everybody makes mistakes. I'm just like, forgetting to take the chicken out before, your mom get home is a mistake. Like Tay said, forgetting to take the trash out before school and stuff. That's a mistake. That
was a response about Diddy.
Yeah.
Yeah. He a black man.
I ain't gonna lie, that sounds like something he would say.
Yeah, that's why I say he's stupid. Why
it's stupid as shit.
Like,
anyway?
This man he just be saying anything.
This is the Sandbox.
I'm black, y'all. And I'm black, y'all. And I'm black, and I'm black, y'all. I'm black, y'all. I'm black, y'all.
Welcome back to the Sandbox Podcast.
Yes, so
we got both K's in the building.
Yeah. We here, we back, and we black because it's Black History Month, and I love being black. We all love being black.
I'm trying to say, where you gonna go with this?
I know.
I just felt like keep saying black for some odd reason. I don't know why.
You had the whole month to say you black.
First of all, that's
we near the end of the month.
I have not said I'm black like that this month. I don't know why.
We don't need to. We don't have just 1 month.
But I'm mad he waited till the last week and a half to be like, hey, I'm black.
I'm blickety black.
Yeah, I'm super black for the first time this
black
month.
Ass down.
Gotta put the fist out there. So you gotta get it up there. What's up, y'all?
Nothing, man. I'm chilling.
Chilling.
Everybody, man.
I had a long ass week. It was not really a good week for me.
It's kind of crazy. Like, I know a lot of people that didn't have a good week this week. I don't know what it was. I think like the new moon is in like Cancer or something like that. So
wait, huh?
All that astrology shit.
Oh, I don't believe that.
I mean, some things do be on point, but I really don't believe it.
Yeah, it's not.
Thank you. Yeah. Thank you, Cool Tay. I thought you was one of the crazy ones.
No, child.
I thought you was one of the crazy.
Like
the stars aligned say you not right for me. Like
I can't, because I be seeing that bullshit online. They be like 444. Like what? Okay, and that's what time.
It's an angel number.
Was that Jane? Isn't that Jane's album?
What's gonna happen?
444.
Right.
Yeah. That's only 444 I know.
It's an angel number.
And what happens?
It pretty much is like when you get like certain things like that, like numbers that line up, it means like something good is supposed to happen or something like that.
Who decided
like
that?
It. Ask me.
Who made these rules
Anybody.
up?
Like
I just it's a lot when it comes to that. Like if you catch, all right, say for instance, if you catch 333, right? It means that this number, it brings positivity, spirituality, and mental peace and abundance in life. Like that's what it's supposed to mean when you catch 333.
Now I believe like there's ever since probably like 7th grade, I've always hold on.
Like I'm back in middle school. So.
Wait a minute, the teacher is talking.
No, but I always seen 1220, but I don't think 1220 makes it.
I've never seen that.
No,
I never misses it. I never miss it on the clock, whether it's 12:20 a.m. or 12:20 p.m. I always catch it.
I don't know.
You want to look that up,
yeah,
Mr.
Let me see.
Now you can go.
So, thank you, Miss Tay.
My pleasure.
Wait, 1220. It is an angel number. It means it's a powerful and positive message that encourages you to embrace new beginnings, trust your intuitions, and pursue your passions with harmony and balance.
Wow, that's so nice.
I ain't gonna lie. I was expecting that. I was not expecting that. I really wasn't.
Me neither.
So who determines what numbers are bad?
I don't know.
Can you say any 3 numbers? Or
It doesn't have to be.
yeah, I would say it's at least one set of 3 numbers we know is not good.
I'm about to say, that's definitely not a good number. But I don't think it has to just be 3 numbers. I mean, some of them are. It is some 4 numbers.
Oh, like 11.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So, but that's whoever like does astrology and all the other stuff, they probably would be able to explain it more. But
do y'all believe in that stuff? Like, do you believe that some of that shit is true?
I wouldn't say believe, but I do know sometimes when I have caught certain things or seen my horoscope say something that something like that would happen or kind of like resemble something that the horoscope or something said, but not necessarily be the actual thing. So I can't confirm or deny that I believe in it, but I can say that it has happened a few times.
I ain't gonna lie. I just feel like it just be throwing a wide net. And it'd be like, yeah, this relates to me. This one thing it said a month ago.
Because it could say the same thing for you, for me, for
Yeah.
you. Like, and we all have different signs.
Like, yeah, next month you're gonna have a really bad day. I mean, probably out of 30 days, and at least one of them might be bad. Like,
Yeah, one of them gonna be terrible.
yeah, I just feel like a lot of that shit be like, it's not like a wide net.
Yeah, like this week, expect blessings and miracles, and everybody should be.
Shit, every Friday's a blessing for me.
Every time I wake
I get paid.
Eyes.
Every Friday's a blessing for me.
This is true. Like say, yeah, we opened up our eyes this morning, so yes, that is a blessing.
I mean, yeah, I look at it like that. Like, I had a lot of those.
Every day.
So last podcast we had Dr. Man. This one we got Bartender Man, huh?
Oh, apparently, yeah.
Oh,
I made all these niggas drinks.
Sandbox.
It's not Sandbox Sundays.
No.
It's not, but the cup.
Tay, we gotta incorporate her into a Sandbox Sunday eventually.
I do eventually want to do a legit Sandbox Sunday again. They can be fun.
They are fun.
It's just
it gotta be the right.
Did you watch some of our Sandbox Sundays?
Yeah, this is when y'all just go off the dome and just be drinking.
Yeah.
Turn alcoholics for like 4 hours.
Yeah. I feel like if we gonna do that, we should do it Memorial Day weekend then.
Oh, that could be fun.
Because we can do that on a Sunday, then we off on Monday.
That's the mature way to do a Sandbox Sunday.
Exactly.
Instead of waking up early as shit on a Monday for work.
With a hangover and
struggling.
Now I gotta get an iced coffee.
I don't know that issue. I'm always off on Mondays.
You are? Oh, lucky. Oh, so you can do Sandbox Sundays.
So she can turn up right. She can have a couple of she can have her own Sandbox Sunday right now.
Well, I'm here and she can lead the way.
Yeah.
Because Money was supposed to bring me Henny and TB today, but
I just
nevertheless.
You do know that you probably gonna have to mix those together, right?
No, he was going. That's what he chased his Henny with is TB.
Yeah, he's an alcoholic.
I never had TP, so I want to try it.
It's grape Henny.
Yeah, it's grape Henny. Like it's not
Did we
terrible.
Talk about this before?
Yes, we had talked about this shit several times on the pod. It's grape Henny.
Yeah, I know it's that, but I just, I only seen it when it's cooked. Like, never actually drunk it before, so.
You know what? It's coming this week. If we record, I'll get some TP. I might not bring it.
All right, bet.
I mean, we did say we gonna do something Saturday, so.
We don't know what.
We
just been saying we gonna do shit.
You never know. Might be Sandbox Saturdays.
Oh, man.
I mean, at least we ain't gotta go work the next day.
I don't know what that's gonna look like.
That would be wild. It'll probably be wild.
We gotta do it at night. That would be lit.
But
so for this is the last episode for Black Friday. Black Friday.
God damn.
I said Black Friday.
We already to the
for
end
Black
of the
History Month. Yeah, that came fast. Season 3 was short. Fucking for Black History Month.
Yeah.
So, we got a couple questions for y'all.
Some black topics.
Tay, do you want to do the two you got first, or you want to?
I guess we can do one of them first, and then we can do the other ones.
I only have the ones I've written. I don't have the two.
No, I know. I'm just saying,
okay.
like we can do one of mine, and then we can do another, like one that's on the list, and then we can do my other one if we want to.
All right.
We ain't gotta do them back to back.
All right. So what we got first?
So I got a thing in this world of, everybody doing pretty much the same thing career wise, rapping, singing, music, all that stuff. "Quote unquote" entertainment, but we're not gonna go all the way into that because it's a whole nother rabbit hole. Or being an athlete, basketball, football, pretty much. So my question is to y'all, as African Americans and stuff like that, what do y'all want to see more of, like, black people do besides become rappers and athletes and stuff like that? Like, because I feel like when it comes to this stuff, we can be more than just that in that demographic. And there are, black people that do other things besides, being rappers and athletes and stuff. But I feel like it's not enough of the other careers. So I feel that's all. I want to know, what other careers would y'all like to see more black people do?
Off the top of my head, the one thing I like to see people more get into is probably more trades.
Okay.
because you don't need legit education. Like you don't need to go to like a college for it. Granted, you gotta go to school within like your apprenticeship.
Yeah.
But I feel like it's an easier path than like people that might come from lower income communities.
Yeah.
Than just like get into super debt for college and like let's be honest, a lot of people who go to college, they don't really know what they want.
No.
College is good for people who really know what they want to do.
Yeah.
If not, you're literally just burning your future finances away. I feel like trades, whether electrician, plumbing, just general construction and shit, I feel like that's a good path for people to get into the workforce and make really good fucking money. Like there's a lot of people that I know that went to college, got that degree, graduate, either they're not making enough money to pay back all the debt they have, or they're not even working in like the field they went to school for.
Right.
Yeah.
And there's people that I personally seen that's like in an apprenticeship at early 20s. By the time they hit like our age, they could be making $45, $50 an hour. And that is more enough to live off and have like a comfortable life if you know how to manage your money.
Facts.
Than just like the average nigga that we know, either they go to college, may get a degree, may not use it, may not, or they get into like the trap life where you make some money, but nigga, you gonna be here for the next 5-10 years because no one's making money off the streets like that.
Dude.
Like you just don't nowadays. So I feel like just going to the top of my head, that would be a better path than like just regular getting a job.
Now, when like most black people, they go to college and stuff like that, because this also goes back to, you know, most want to be athletes and stuff like that. Do you think that they should just, like, I know you kind of explained it, but do you think they should probably like decide before they go to college, like if they should probably take the trade? Because, you know, either way, because for me, you know, when we graduated high school and stuff like that, I was going to college because I wanted to play in the NFL. So, and obviously that didn't turn out as planned. And then I went and I took a major that obviously I
do nothing with.
Yeah, I didn't do nothing with.
Who was it?
Yeah, I was a psychology major, and that was probably the worst. Like if I had known back then that I was gonna be way more interested in doing stuff like this, radio, journalism stuff, I would have took that instead, and I would have probably stayed in college too, because I would have been doing something I'm interested in doing journalism. So what I'm kind of like saying is like, do you think like they should pretty much in high school too? Do you think they should like suggest trades and things like that so the kids will know? Don't just have your dream set on wanting to be an NBA or things like that.
I think they should have a lane for stuff like that. I mean, there are schools like such as Philadelphia. People had Dobbins, people had Randolph that had trades that would teach you like culinary, electrician, construction, whatever the case may be. But I think a lot of people always just press college because you know it's college, but
it's the most safest road that people been told for success.
Yeah. Right, and that's not the truth.
That also goes into like just like financing and like understanding budget and credit. Like we had like I think in Fury, I think we had like a financing class or like a couple classes where they talked about credit. But we were young, we didn't give a fuck about that shit. We didn't understand like the importance of that. And then like honestly, like I can go to like my mom and like my grandmother, like they didn't truly understand credit cards and financing and shit.
Right.
So in terms of like inside the school, they might have provided it, but it wasn't sticking to me as a high school kid. I wasn't worried about that. And then like by the time I was probably interested, they didn't have the information. So I would feel better if that was a bigger part of like future or talking to your kids with financing. Because the thing about school, you can go and you can like if you want to, even if like for sports, if you want to go for sports and do all that, that's fine. But I think you really gotta look at the numbers and like, all right, I'm not getting a scholarship. I'm gonna whatever team I get on, I'm gonna be the very bottom, and I gotta pay for school. Is it worth taking out X amount of money through this loan for a chance? For some people, they might truly love it and it might be. But other people, it just might not be like the numbers might not add up. I think that's what it comes down to. I believe like in our generation and like the generations afterwards, I feel like we're looking less as college as like a straight narrow way of success, and we're having these conversations more, which is good. I just think we got to understand like the financial burden that like we're telling kids to take on at 18 and 19. Like, I think it's irresponsible personally for any parent to tell a kid, hey, yeah, 18, 19, go to college.
Right.
Yeah, go take out this $20,000, $40,000, $60,000 loan and go to college for success.
Because nobody tell you like how it is afterwards. Like you said, after you graduate, the debt, the loans that you have to pay back, how it's hard to find a job. The people like that you're hiring or people that you're trying to get into, they got to tell you have to have experience. You have to work here for at least 2 years, like certain qualifications. And it's like, bro, I just got out of college. Like, what am I supposed to do? And a lot of companies is not hiring right away because they don't trust you enough. Like, you have to have some type of like, set foundation. Like, oh, I've learned this X, Y, and Z, and I can move up in the world. But a lot of companies, like I said, they not letting people straight out of college and then come like you a newbie. I ain't about to have you here. Or they do take you in and pay you way less than you qualify for.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Especially as a corporate job too.
It's crazy. I remember, I think it was a TikTok like a month ago. She was talking about how recruiters are just terrible at their job, and like they asked her to like help her, for her to help them with their recruiting process, and she was like, she went through all the names. And she gave them a stack of like people that are like, they're good. Yeah. They might not have everything you need, but they're good enough. And like, she was like, I gave them the paper, I gave them the names. And the first thing they said was like, oh, well, they didn't graduate from the right college. It wasn't an Ivy League college. Right. And that's I'm crazy. Like, just the concept, like you can go to school, have good grades and do everything. But even if you're not from the proper college, you still can look over. Mm-hmm. And I ain't gonna lie, that's a conversation like I never really had that when I was a kid. Even when I even thought about that, I wanted to go to college. Because then that's even more pressure. Because now not only do you gotta like get into college, you gotta get in the right college, and you still gotta keep your grades up, graduate.
Yep.
And you still might not get it.
Right.
Don't get me wrong. Like I don't mind college. I think college is really good for people who know what they want.
Yeah. But it's really hard. Like it's hard to just and a lot of people always say like, oh, education purposes and stuff like that. But it's like nobody tell you about like room and board. Like that's an extra income and living, surviving. Like a lot of people don't have jobs on campuses. They can't afford stuff like that. And even if you do get into good schools, you got to make sure like you balance that all out. Like college is very hard.
Yeah,
and people just think like, oh, I'm having fun. I want to go and party. Like nowadays, a lot of people, I'm going for the bitches and the hoes and the niggas, and no, it's not that.
When they hit like 30 and you some student loans come in,
man,
and you work in like a mediocre job.
Listen,
she's gonna kick your ass.
Facts. Tell you what you think. What do you want to see black people do more as career wise?
Honestly, nowadays, I think like we are reaching those places and stuff that people couldn't say that black people couldn't get into. But I just think it's not publicized enough. Like people is not pinpointing it or it's celebrated enough. Like thank God for social media, but it's not hitting the platforms like, that's on TV and that's really people watching and like, news, whatever the case may be. But I think we are getting into those fields, and some fields we created. But if we're not white or, we don't look the part or dress the part or speak the part, then it's like, all right, well, I'm gonna put this person here. Like they the face and they not even black. Like, but I do think like nowadays our new generation, they're more focused on rapping and trapping and, trying to, get into
fast money.
Yeah, right. Quick money. Like, and it's not really that. But I think, like I said, I think we are in those fields. We just got to get other people into it. Like, we got to get known. Like, such as, like, track and field. Or what did I see the other day? There was a HBCU. I just read it. Like, as a matter of fact, I think I read it yesterday. It was an HBCU that started their first ice skating.
Really?
I forgot the name, like ice skating team or whatever. Yeah. But now it's like starting to get known to that they can compete with other ice skating.
I love to see us do shit that's outside the norm of the black people to be in.
First HBCU to do so or something like that. And I was like, oh wow, I never thought about that. Like, ice skating or like track and field, like Sha'Carri Richardson and stuff like that. But I want us to get into like sciences, biology. I just seen this morning on my way here. We had six judges, all black judges, females at that, sitting on a what was it? I forgot what they were doing, but they just got voted into becoming a judge or whatever. But yeah, it's just a lot of fields that we don't normally see us in. More educational, like teachers, lawyers, doctors. Shout out to my best friend Marissa. She's a lawyer.
I need more
shout out to
support
her.
for the teachers.
Yeah. Definitely. But that's a hard job too for teachers.
They don't get paid what
They
they
don't get
should.
paid enough.
Especially when I keep hearing these politicians saying, "Oh, the kids are the future."
Yeah.
Yeah,
I don't want to hear that shit
seriously,
from y'all
though.
niggas no more.
Cause it's not even
Should've ran
about the
into the
check,
ground, yo.
like right? Cause most teachers they gotta be the parent, just like on Abbott Elementary, the show. Like
That's my shit.
people, you got it. That's my favorite show. Like some teachers are parents. Some teachers are like the ones that's providing for them, feeding them, making sure they got clothes and doing things that other parents have, and then they see those kids 5 times a week, like from all day, from 7 a.m. to 3 p.m. sometimes 6 p.m.
I would-
Aftercare.
For me, I just can't. I really can't get over the fact that teachers got paid for all their own shit.
Yeah.
And then maybe they get a reimbursement.
refund.
Maybe if it is always like months later,
And that's wild.
like you don't get that shit right back.
But a rapper can go inside a club and make 20 G's in one night. Like,
Just off the strength of just showing up.
but that teacher, you always going to remember that one teacher that makes sure always believed in you, make sure telling you like, look, you can make it,
Very
you can do
impactful.
it. Yeah. But I ain't gonna remember this nut ass night at this fucking bar with this nut ass rapper. Like I ain't gonna remember that shit. Like
Especially if I get blacked out drunk. I definitely ain't remembering
exactly. Like
that. That's a good joint. Like I can definitely dig that. For me, I would definitely say I'm more so like doctors. Like I want to see a lot of more black doctors. I feel like when it comes to like health and stuff, I feel like a lot of us don't go to the doctors. I think not because it's a lot of white doctors, which is not a problem because my doctor's white and I love her to death. Like she's one of my favorite doctors I ever had in my life. It's just I feel like it's a little bit of a comfortability thing. Like if my doctor was black, I feel like I would be able to tell her more about certain things, or they would know already connecting wise because they like, oh well,
they understand.
they understand because like, oh, this part of my family had this and this, so I know for a fact it's probably this, instead of, well, we gotta do this research or we gotta do these many tests and all this stuff. Just get this checked, get that checked, and it takes you like 3 months, out of your life and stuff before they actually figure out exactly what's wrong with you. Now the situation might be worse.
Right.
So I feel like more, black doctors, and I'm with you too, more lawyers and things like that. It's more things that make us stand out. That's kind of what I wanted to see us more in. And the more that we do, I feel like the more recognition that we are going to have. But definitely the doctor's thing, man. Like, I was at the doctor's a couple months ago, and she had like an intern with her come in, and she was black, and I'm just like, it made me feel a little bit better because when I'm telling her what's wrong, now I was able to actually tell her even more stuff that's wrong. And now the black doctor was like, she was like, well, not the intern that's going to be a doctor eventually, but she still was like, I said one thing and my doctor didn't really know exactly what I was trying to say. And then the intern, she was like, well, he's saying this isn't a third. And she was like, oh, okay. So, well, if it's that, then this is what you need to do. You got to stretch that here and do that. So
Is it a culture thing?
I think so.
Or like she's not a part of like, I don't understand black culture, so it's like a wall between y'all two in terms of communication sometimes.
Sometimes, yeah. Like when it comes to like stuff that's kind of like easy, stuff that you can ask, like me having like slight high blood pressure. So she was like, does anybody in your family have it? I'm like, well, my mom and my grandma and things like that. So she's like, okay, so that's easier for her to read. But if it's something like, I don't know, like, I'm trying to think of something that really can, like, that you can't really understand according to, like, with us, that's not as simple as high blood pressure. Gotta give me a second. Hold up.
Pause for edit.
Pause for edit. Maybe something like heart issues or something like that. Like I'm pretty sure that my doctor knows stuff about a heart, but what if it's something that is more, throughout the family or something that's later on in the family, or like my great grandfather had it, but I didn't. We don't know that. You know what I'm saying? Something like that. But I mean, it's probably not the best example, but y'all kind of get what I'm trying. What I'm trying to say. It's just more, like you said, it's more of a cultural thing, and she understands most things, but sometimes it's just like a.
To me, when I hear that, it's like equivalent to like the way we have conversations versus like the way if we go to a job interview.
Yes.
Like you got to code switch a little bit. Just to get your point across.
Yeah.
And I can understand, like, if you feel like it takes a couple extra seconds to get your thought out, or you can't talk naturally, then yeah, there might be a little bit of a communication deficit between y'all two. But I don't know. Do you believe that the same way when it comes to like therapy? Because I hear a lot of black people say they gotta have a black therapist, and like I understand like how that might be important.
That's a good question.
But I don't think if you really want therapy, that should stop you from like going to get therapy.
I think it depends on what you're going to therapy for. I once was trying to do like couples therapy, and I did.
Hold on, am I tripping? Or this light flashing?
No, it's flickering.
It's flickering. I ain't gonna lie. I thought the drink was getting to me.
Yeah, I thought so.
I thought man ain't pay his light bill.
Yeah. This bitch played. Y'all know which one it is? I'll turn that bitch off.
No, I didn't know which one it was. That's why I was
think it's this one, because this is not the brightest one. This one looks like it's actually like dimmer.
Well, there might be like turned down a little bit. Y'all know which one it is? I'll unscrew that.
That's what I said. I think it's this one, but I'm not entirely sure.
Unscrew that shit real quick. That long as times without breaking shit. All right.
Sorry, Kim.
Got to do some more
editing right there. It wasn't expected.
Go ahead.
That was.
She was. I'm sorry. I cut you off. I cut you off. You said depends on what you're going therapy.
Oh, it depends on what you're going to therapy for. Now I do feel like when it comes to like. I know we're going to get into it later, but like black families, I need to have a black therapist. A white therapist cannot tell me, because we do not have the same. I mean, we can experience certain things, but the way we intake stuff as black people, you would not understand how to break it down, or how to relate, or how to tell me how to deal with it, or whatever the case may be. See, I told you it was that one, because that one was flickering.
Oh, goddamn. All right. Let me turn that one off.
This
is a rough fucking episode right now.
I mean, no, it's a great episode. It's just the video is it's gonna be a little all over the place. Sorry, Kim. Once again, my bad, Kim.
All right, go ahead.
Kim gonna be like, "What the fuck?"
She'll be mad as shit at us.
He gonna be like, "Why y'all ain't know this shit before y'all started recording?"
Right.
It literally did not start flickering until you sat down.
It didn't. It definitely wasn't.
Yeah, but I think it just depends on what you're going for. But there are sometimes when you may need like a non-black person to be your therapist. They can give you a different outlook on how to handle it, because they may handle situations differently than black people do, which they do. But we just need a different outlet. We can't keep doing the same thing that normal black people do. And sometimes we don't even go to a therapist. We just internalize everything.
I'm about to say bottle it up.
Or go to church, and go to church is not not it.
That used to be a therapy for black people.
That used to be a therapy. No, it's not. That's not.
I ain't
gonna lie, church. I don't go to church, so I'm probably the right person to say this. But I feel like church ain't what it used to be.
It's not.
It's not what it used to be.
It's not. I remember when younger and stuff, being usher and going to church or whatever.
That shit got commercialized, yo.
Yeah,
it did.
Like it used to be about really kind of pretty much going to family, like just having a family thing. Like this is a family thing, and then of course at the church, you can go get something to eat. You exactly. That's what you're definitely looking for as a kid. But like you said, it's so commercialized now. It's just like church is not. I think the last time I've been to church when it wasn't a funeral, unfortunately.
Yeah.
it was okay, and I listened to the message, but it's like I felt like it still wasn't. Something was missing, and I couldn't pinpoint what it was, but it just is like something's not. It's not there.
It was not hitting like it used to.
Yeah, it's not hitting like
People
it used to.
don't go to church expecting a word from God. Their intentions are to just go see who there, see what it's about, see who's singing, see who somebody they could be with. Like I've even actually, I was going to a church for a while. It wasn't my home church, but I was going to like this church, checking them out. My cousins and them used to go there until they move. I think my brother and my other cousins go there now, but one guy in there was like, "Oh, I come to church like every Sunday looking for you, like making sure you're there." And I was like, "Yeah, like why are you looking for me? You ain't coming to church for God. You coming to church for me?" Like he like, "Yeah, because you be coming to church looking good." Like,
wow.
Like, even though he was trying to shoot his shot, but like, bro,
females
this
be in
ain't that.
church.
Like, I'm here for a word and taking my ass home. Like,
I'm sorry.
Females be in church.
Y'all do be in church.
we look good. They look good, but I'm like, for me personally,
I came here for the word of God.
Yeah, I grew up in church. I'm a church kid. Like, I don't play with that. I don't play with God.
And
like, that's one thing I don't do.
That's
like,
also another thing too. A lot of people say it's always them church ones that. Yeah, so that's a lot of reason why.
Church girls, I'm letting you know from it. Yeah, church girls are the worst girls. Like we're the best, but we're the worst.
Like,
because we've been so sheltered. Like, man, like I ain't trying to hear that. Like I ain't trying to hear that. But nevertheless,
I'm about to say I want to say worst girls. I ain't hear worst girls.
Yeah, worst isn't what popped into my head.
Yeah,
no. We're the best girls, but we're like. Church kids are the worst kids in the way because we're so sheltered. So we're out there. Like not saying you, but some people are
not
out there.
Not Tay specifically.
But church kids, because we're like, God. And it's like, world, yes, accept me. Like, yes, I want to be out here.
Things.
Like, yeah. But we're the best. You're damn right.
And we talk about this on a Sunday, no less. Like,
Happy Sunday.
God bless.
But yeah, no, it's just to go to church to look for somebody or something like that. That is definitely kind of wild. Like
I feel like the adults do that shit too.
Oh well,
I feel like the older people do the same shit.
Yeah, because they be judging like, look at us, look at him, he gay, he gay.
And then it'd be like there'd be so much drama in church on the low you don't even know.
Too many.
Listen to them altos. Look, they scratching. They're scratching. Their voices are scratching today.
Behind the scenes. In church,
it be a little grimy. I ain't gonna lie. I heard some crazy stories.
Stealing,
cheating,
having sex, deacons cheating, praise and worship team gay, cheating. Pastors are gay, and they got a whole wife sent right next to them.
Now,
yes.
all right, so that's
be gay, bro. I don't.
Real quick,
not to go off topic, but yes,
no, for sure. But do y'all think like it's really like an issue if you're gay and you go to church and stuff like that, or
there's no issue with you being gay and going to church because. You keep going, eventually you'll probably be saved or God will deliver you from whatever you need to be delivered from. But I have a problem with when you're gay and you have a title within the church, whether you're a deacon, a praise and worship leader, a musician, an elder. That's a problem for me because you were sent by God to have a title and now you're corrupting anybody that comes into that church looking at you as a figure and saying like, hey, I want to be closer to God, so I have to be just like him to be closer to God. And he's not setting the example for the church, the body of Christ. So that's my issue is you being gay and having a title.
Because he's gay?
Yes, because you cannot still be in your sin and have a title.
God damn.
So technically, all right, I can kind of understand that. So the difference between that and just being gay and going to church, because you don't have a title?
You don't have a title, so I'm going to keep going to church and keep praying that God heals me and delivers me, if that's what you want. If some people don't think that being gay or something like that is a sin. In God's eyes, it is a sin. But if you want to keep going, just keep going, because eventually God going to deliver you. You don't have to go and do extra stuff. You're going for yourself.
This is my only thing about that. One, I'm not religious. There's one thing about that. I thought sinning is equal across the board. Something went out for a second.
Yeah.
You good?
Okay.
Yeah. Everybody in that church sinning one way or another. I don't see the difference. The same person with a title, I'm pretty sure he's sinning in a different way. If sin is equal across the board.
Sin is equal across the board, but if you read the Bible, God causes a few. There's only a few people he called. There's teachers, preachers, apostles, ministers, leaders, things of those nature. Not everybody is called. I'm sure everybody heard that. Many are called, but few are chosen. But if he specifically pointed you out to be the shepherd of your flock, then you are supposed to stand out. You can't be like everybody else. That's the case that Jesus would have been doing just like everybody else. But he picked Jesus to die for everybody else's sins. So you can't be like everybody else. You got to be you have to have a certain stature to be like. But when I feel like spiritually in the spiritual world, when you're called, that stuff comes with it. Like you.
I'm just trying to understand the difference between like, if you're saying like being gay is a sin versus like the sin of the pastor who's probably cheating, or whatever other sin we want to attach to this conversation. What's the difference if sin across the board is even?
There's no difference, because that, just like that preacher is getting is going to get when judgment day comes, when that teacher see God, he's going to have the answer for that. But when that person get in front of God, he's going to have to answer for that. But there are people that don't know. That's what I'm saying. My issue is if you don't know and you're going to church to get some type of guidance, that preacher that's also gay shouldn't be encouraging you to, still, that's fine. Be like that. No, they're going to pray and help you out of it until you're delivered from it. But my thing is, it's like being called. It's like being a manager.
I know your face making a face. Go ahead.
It's like being a manager at work. You can't do everything that a regular employee does, because a new employee going to think like, oh, I can do whatever that manager do. No, he's a manager. You have to set a standard that, hey, this is what's expected of you. This is what I need you to do. But what I do, you can't do, because I was called to be a manager.
The manager's supposed to be the example, right?
Exactly. Like, I'm not.
But the manager's not perfect either.
He's not perfect, but there's I need you.
You know what's crazy? I like about this conversation. You ever seen a YouTube channel called Jubilee?
This was not even a topic, by the way.
I probably did, but
they do the segment called Middle Ground a lot. They had a segment where it was like religious people versus like gay religious people, and what they'll do, like, they have a prompt, and if you agree with it, they'll come sit down and say why I agree, and then other people come down why I disagree, and it's a lot of back and forth. And it was like one guy in there, he was gay, and he was like, he don't believe being gay is bad in terms of God, because he still believes in God, he's still religious. But like, there was another woman there, and she was like, I understand you have love for God and all these things, but like, kind of like how you saying by the book, you're still sinning and you're probably going to hell. I just think that's such an interesting conversation, because I know, like, me and Tay have had conversations where, like, I'm not religious. Tay believes because I'm a good person and I'm not a terrible human being, I would still go to heaven or whatever. To me, that's the same concept of, like, if a person is gay and they're still going to church, doing everything, and they're still following everything besides like how they feel attracted to, I feel like, wouldn't they still go to heaven?
No.
Because if the difference is like because they're gay, well, for what I understand, people were born that way. That's how God made them.
I digress, but
I know. I mean, that's just scientifically. This is what I didn't look it up, but this is what I heard. If people are born that way, then technically that's how they were made. Same thing with people, if they have like some type of mental ability, like something you just have no control over. I'm not religious, so I'm probably the wrong person to have this conversation with, to be honest with you. But like, the way I look at Christianity, because I was born in Christianity, 80% of these niggas be sinning. 80% of these niggas, I feel like they go to church because they know they be sinning. So for me as a kid, and I understood that, none of y'all are nobody to go to because all of y'all sinning, and then y'all go there acting like y'all just perfect. So for me to like be like, this person is going below because they're gay, but like morally they're probably a better human being than the people who are not gay who's going to church. But if you're telling me that person is like going to hell because of that, my brain can't comprehend that. Because like, you're telling me you'll let the mediocre motherfucker come in who go to church, but Saturday and Friday, they out partying, throwing money, throwing Henny, drinking Henny, fucking bitches. But Sunday, they won't be like, I repent.
Sex outside of marriage.
Yeah,
Shit like that.
just having a good time. But just because he gay, and he might be doing everything else right, he's gonna help. My brain can't comprehend that. I just think it's an interesting conversation to have.
Which we probably should have, later on. Another
I mean, I was really about to
totally
go
off the rail.
I was about to go into his topic, but I was like, I feel like that's a whole nother.
No, that's a whole nother pie.
Yeah, it's a whole nother.
Because I was about to like slip my answer you, but then I was like, you know what? I don't want to.
Nah,
it's a turn.
It was a slippery slope. We was kept going down.
It was a good one.
That was a good joint. Like, I ain't gonna lie, when people listen to that part, they gonna be like, "Yo,
like I want to hear more."
They want to hear more. So we gonna do this on another pod. We gonna do that on another episode.
Right.
But so let's get back on track.
Yeah,
let's get back.
Supposed
on
to be Black
track.
History.
Yeah, we back to Black. I mean, technically that's Black History, but we gonna get back to our Black History topics. So
all right, go ahead.
So, man, what you got next?
So
with the Jones.
Still on topic of church and like family and stuff. Over the decades and like in terms of generations and family, in terms of like the family, the core family, mom, dad, kids and shit. I ain't gonna lie. I probably came across 4 people in my life that had both parents. Turns out mom and dad and like are together, let alone like married or whatever.
Yeah.
So I was wondering, why do y'all think that is? Because if you go back in the day, maybe our grandparents' era, both parents was in the house.
Yep.
Whether you think it was some toxicness between all that shit, you can depend on how you want to look at it.
No, usually it is.
But both parents were in the house. Black people was better off in a sense, even though racism was at all-time high.
Well.
But the black family, the nuclear family, was strong. And now we look back, where it's like a lot of moms are happy being a single parent, independent and shit. Fathers are like either gone or they feel like they're fighting the mom over custody of the kid. There's a lot of fracturedness and brokenness within the black family. And some people can say slavery. Some people may say drugs and crack and all of that. I just want to know, why do y'all think now, if y'all want to compare it back in the day, but like, why now is so hard to have like
a black family,
a full black family together?
God damn, man, this is
so. Is that basically like, why are there so many broken black families?
You can look at it in perspective you want. Just in general, like why you think like mom and dad ain't together. Why the kid got 2 separate Christmases. I mean, they probably happy to get more gifts, but like,
I think it's a lot of stuff that plays a big part in why there's a lot of.
For you, when you think about this, Cool Tay, or Tay, or I don't know, Squad. She has 65
Gang.
different names.
All that.
When you think of like black families and why we're not all together, nuclear and all that good shit, what's the first thing that popped into your head?
I mean, I don't want to go back as far as like what we talked about was like the crack era.
You can connect to just drugs in general.
I mean, but to me, it's just not drugs in general. Like, I think it's just like the responsibility of the times are changing. Men don't feel like, first I'll start with the men, because it's not just a men issue, it's also women, but I think men just don't have the obligation to feel like that their family is a priority. I don't think, and then obviously if the man is not there, you're learning from your mother, and from men, if women have children, like such as boys and stuff, you know, those boys can't learn from a woman. It's a whole nother ball game that, you know, on how to deal with men as, you know, your children, because they need their father there. I think a man in the household plays a big part, but the root of it, I honestly don't know what goes through a man's head when they are creating a family and then walk away from that family and leave that family stranded to the point where each generation they're not taking care of their responsibilities as a black man in the family. from a woman's standpoint, I would just say, like I said earlier, like for me, just knowing a lot of women growing up, like it was always like independency. Like, I can do this without you. I don't need you, but I can do it without you. And that's not necessarily true. Like, you also have to let that men in. And also from like a woman's standpoint, like men think differently than women. They internalize different. They think differently to the point where you got to let a man do you. Let a man do them in a way, if that makes sense. Like, I can't, the way it's going in my head is not coming out the way I need it to come out. But it's gonna come to me. Come back. It's coming, but it's not like it's so much that I want to say. But I'm trying to like sum it down a little bit to a point where.
Other Tay, you want to go?
Other Tay. I guess this is a deep question. I feel like kind of like what Tay was saying, like with the responsibility thing. Mm-hmm. But I don't know if it's. You know what? You know what it is? I feel like we don't take our time to get to know the people that we are trying to start families with or whatever, so be it nowadays. Like, I feel like back then, like, they actually would take their time to actually learn the person or at least attempt to learn the person that they're going to date or that they potentially want to marry, things like that. Like, they would still, talk and things like that. Like, even like me now, right? With who I'm dating now, my mom is saying like she sees a lot of difference in between me dating the person I'm dating now and who I dated in the past because I'm actually getting to know her, and I can actually say like, oh yeah, I can see myself doing this, and I can actually legitimately see myself marrying her or whatever, so be it. Instead of back in the past, be like, oh yeah, I like her a lot, and of course I'll marry her, of course I'll have a kid with her. But that doesn't mean I actually would have a family or would stay. Like, so it's just like with the time put in, I feel like time was actually put into families in the past. Like we saw earlier, like, of course we don't see a lot of families have like 6 and 7 kids and, or 10, 12, whatever so be it, because we don't have farms and stuff like that now. But
yeah, we city boys.
Yeah. But just think though, wouldn't you want to legitimately learn your partner before you would even think about having that many children? Like, I would think that I will at least want to know, almost damn near everything about somebody, especially if I might have that potentially that many kids, especially back in the day when they did have farms and stuff like that. When it was like almost like a regular thing to have that big of a family. Mm-hmm. Like, I couldn't see myself talking to somebody and being like, oh yeah, well, this is our first kid. Cool. Everything cool. And then like 7 kids later, it's just like, I don't know this woman. Like, I thought I did when we had our first son or our first daughter, but
if you're going back in the day, I feel like they felt obligated to get married once you have a kid.
That too.
Everybody heard like the shotgun wedding thing.
Yeah, I heard like that too. There's that.
I think it was a sense of like, hey, I fucked up. She pregnant. Well, shit, I'm here.
I have to. Like, I gotta marry her.
Yeah, I gotta marry. Gotta make an honest woman of her. Or,
so, do y'all think now? Since with like Tay would say with the independency of women and then the non-obligation of men, do you think it's just like if you get somebody pregnant, it's like, oh,
it is what it is.
It is what it is. Like,
okay. This is the thing about
kind of crazy.
The independency of women and the non-obligation of men. I think in the right circumstance, nothing is wrong with that. Because from the perspective of women, like generations, a lot of women didn't have their own. They had to lean on a man. Now we're in a situation in this country where an individual has the opportunity to make enough money, whether you're a man or a woman, and you can take care of yourself.
Women's rights.
I think things have changed in terms of like anybody you're with should be able to take care of themselves as an adult. Mm-hmm. Like, if I find somebody and she was paying her bills and had her car note beforehand and you was paying all that, I don't think just because we're together now I gotta pay your car note. I think every person as an individual should be able to take care of their own stuff in a situation. And then like once we get together, we can figure out how we're going to do the financing and all that stuff. I just feel like back in the day, men was like the main ones getting money. And like women kind of like for like, I hate to say the word, but kind of like for survival kind of, they had to like, they kind of probably had to get married.
They didn't know much.
Yeah,
like,
they didn't know much, and it wasn't a lot of opportunities
to clean, to take care of the family and the kids.
So like on the surface of like the independent movement for women is not terrible in the sense that like, yes, like y'all should be able to have autonomy to do what you want and like get your own apartment, live your own life. But not to the point that like you're like, I don't need nobody because whether you man or female, like you need somebody. Nobody won't be by themselves all fucking day. Yeah. It's just terrible. Like,
bruh,
that's just terrible.
The worst.
And like, I don't mind the concept of like if you're in a relationship, you need the other person. In a certain extent, not to the point that like you can't live without the other person, but I don't see nothing wrong with me saying like, oh, I need my girl because of this type of situation, and I don't see no problem with her saying like she need me for this situation. I think it would get toxic when you like, I can't do without this person, and I think I feel like that's the way it should go moving forward because we're not going back to the 50s. Like women ain't in the kitchen cooking all fucking day and changing diapers. Like that's not how it go. And some women they want to do that. That's fine. That's on them. They just gotta understand like if that shit don't work out, you might be fucked. And I don't feel bad because you chose that. Nah, I'm serious. Like I can understand the concept. Like oh, women they don't gotta be the kitchen. They should be. Well, if she wants to be a stay home mom,
then let her.
And that nigga can pay all the bills. That's fine. If y'all don't work out and he leaves and you got like a stack to your name,
that's it.
That's on you. You should have.
You should be pocketing some of that.
Yeah, like that's on you. Like that's the bid you made. I can't. Like I don't feel bad for you.
I mean, I also feel like what I was also trying to say earlier. Like a lot of men didn't have a dream or a goal. They just knew that my dad told me that if I create a family, I need to provide for that family.
You gotta die for that family.
Yeah, I gotta do for that family. And I feel like as the time changed, a lot of men started going after their dreams. Like you were like, oh, I'm leaving. I'm going to go be a musician. I'm gonna be an actor. I'm gonna be this. I'm gonna do that or whatever. And then also, I think also at one point in time, like later on, like that crack girl were like, they wanted the father to be out of the homes. They wanted to pull the men out of the homes because, they noticed that the black family was viable. Like they knew they was powerful. So it was kind of like, well, let's take the main reason out, which is the dad that provide for the family and teach the family how to survive. Let me take him out and leave the mom. And, and they were. And then later on, that's when entertainment came in, such as music, rappers, and
I'm glad you said that because that goes to like what I think about the first time I hear like why black families are broken up. Like two things pop into my head: government and culture.
Yeah. Definitely.
Those are two things now.
Definitely, for sure.
Just to knock off the first one, government. To me, it's irrational that like the government only assists a family if the man out the house.
Is out the house.
That to me that makes zero sense. And that mindset has trickled down and you see what happened. And then when you go to like culture, like I'm not gonna lie, it baffles me because I had the conversation multiple times I feel like on this podcast and we're like outside the podcast. Black culture is amazing and it's beautiful, but there are some really fucked up parts of our culture that we just pass over because of entertainment.
Yep.
Music is very powerful. Neil been talking about Miss Independent and all our parents are what aunts and ran with that shit. Yeah. And it trickled down and now like I done seen now this is internet, so grain of salt. I done seen females say, "Nah, I don't need a boyfriend to have a kid." I'm like, why would you want to be a single parent?
Right.
And let that kid. I was gonna say child or kid, but let that kid grow out without a father.
And like, I don't want to get to, like numbers, but like, as far as I know, like statistically, they're worse off without a 2-parent home. Mm-hmm. Why start off like that?
Yeah,
because it's something that you want to do. Because that's what they want. They not thinking about what's best for the kid.
They just want to have a kid just to have a kid.
And I tell everybody, The reason I don't want kids because like they cost too much, and once I have them, my life is over.
So cheap.
My life is fine.
Yeah, like, but that's one thing I do want people to stop thinking also that, oh, when I have a kid, my life is over. No, that kid sometimes could be that motivation that you may need. You could be so content and be like, you know what, I'm just happy with, just for example, not to use you, but I'm just happy with me and my girl. Like, we're good. No, that kid could either, I mean, sometimes it could either make or break you, but sometimes it's like, oh, wow, we're closer than ever. Like, now our main focus is this kid. Like, look what we created. Like,
and
this
that's my
is
point. What I was saying.
Like,
when I say my life is over, that means what man want don't matter no more.
But you making it seem like that I would disagree because but yeah, exactly, it is kind of selfish because it's like, why would you put yourself on the back burner to be like, don't get me wrong, when you have a kid, yes, that is your priority now. It's not okay. It's not that it's not about you, but at a young age you have to guide him. Everything you do, that kid is watching you. Whatever move you make, that kid is watching you. How you provide for your family, that kid is watching you. At what
age do they not watch you?
They're watching you to the day you die. But my thing is, what your life is not over.
When I say that, I mean what I want to do don't matter. What she want to do don't matter. That mean like
it does.
Oh, let me finish. It don't matter because if I gotta say, damn, you know, I want this thing X. It costs X amount of money. Nah, this nigga need new shoes. This nigga need to go to camp. This nigga like. Shit's expensive.
Nigga, though.
The culture.
God damn, dog.
This my fault. This little nigga needs some shoes.
God damn, nigga no better.
like when I say that, I just mean like my wants at base level becomes a non-factor, and it goes to like my needs because his needs or her needs are even their wants is going to most likely be more important than my wants. Because they didn't actually be here.
Right, absolutely.
They had priority, at least in my mind. I don't have kids, but in my mind, they have priority over everything in terms of like finances and like time. Because I'm obligated to raise this child and give them everything they need in life over everything that I want in life at this point. And the reason I say that because I've seen people who don't think like that.
Right.
And they're shitty parents.
Yeah,
they'll leave parents with grandmom and shit and just go out and party, or their kids have the bare minimum.
Well, if you raise your kids correctly, when you have grandkids, you don't have to raise them. That's
exactly
what I was always taught. But that's I don't want you to say that your life is over. There's so many people that had kids off of nothing. Like nothing, no house, no crib, no man, not even single fathers, no woman in there. Like moms walked away too. There's women that walk away from giving birth and having kids or being a mom in general.
Yeah.
But like I said, that kid should be your motivation to keep working hard for it. Not just him, but yourself too. You cannot, and if you grow up just like providing for the family, making sure they wants and needs, that kid gonna grow up and be like, all right, my dad didn't do anything he wanted to do. My dad didn't grow up with a goal in mind. It was always, I'm grateful that it was always for me. But what about your goals, your dreams? Like, yeah, y'all had me, or whatever the case may be. Y'all had to adjust life. Y'all had to adjust your relationship. But
you gotta put things on hold.
Sometimes, not necessarily. There's people, moms out there, dads out there that grind every day to make sure that their goals are still being met while their kids' goals are still being met. Yeah, you're going to have a struggle because, like you said, it ain't about you no more. It's about that kid. But there's still people out there that's like, look, I'm still going to get this degree. I'm still going. There's moms that gave birth on the table while writing essays, writing shit.
I get that.
Just all that. But I don't want you to, say like, oh, my life is over. It's not over. You can still reach and manage your goals while still being a parent. There's no rule book, but it's
no
capable.
Rule book.
It's capable.
Yeah,
it's
there's
possible.
Extreme examples of people who succeed.
It's just how bad do you want it?
I don't know, like, if we talking statistics, like how often, like what's the numbers on that?
I mean, me personally, I don't know numbers, but there's too many examples.
I've seen it happen.
Out there. Yeah,
but I also seen people who broke as shit have kids and they're struggling. Like a motherfucker.
Yeah, I mean, it happens. The crisis happens.
I seen people who have kids who don't got no money and the stupidity, oh, well, if I had another kid, I can get more tax money.
Well, that's on them. I think people don't.
Yeah,
some people just open their legs and just like,
do
boom,
anything.
create a baby just because. But don't realize, like, that's a mouth for feed. Yeah. That's another human being to take care of for life. It ain't for a moment.
That's what I'm saying. It's
but
not-
just also too, just because that's them doesn't mean that would be y'all either.
No, I understand that. But I'm the type of person, like, if I ever have a kid, not that I don't plan on ever having a kid. If I ever did have a kid,
I think your issue, the thing,
Don't
shit
look at
do
me like
happens.
this.
No,
Shit
you're
happens,
right.
bro.
But I think the issue with
I ain't worried
men
about
is
that.
that you try to you want control of every move in your life.
it's my life. Like, why?
Yeah, but you
why
but
wouldn't I?
things happen. I think
Nah, I get
you're
that.
like
You
plan
adjust.
A, plan B, plan C, plan D, plan like that's how you want your life was. But sometimes life don't happen like that.
Yeah, but
If God
a
says
kid,
you having a kid,
I ain't having it.
push that button. Like,
I ain't having it.
I mean, don't never
Kid.
say never. But
we on the same page with this, Tay.
no. Just like Tay said, like things happen. I know y'all got
A kid thing ain't happening. Like that's not happening. I'm telling you.
Me, out of all of us, be like, look, she pregnant, y'all. Like, nigga,
Question.
we told you.
that be the
She
day
want
that
kids
I might
less
have
than
to
me.
talk-
I ain't worried about
Oh,
it.
okay.
Like I said,
You said question?
she want kids less than me. I'm not.
Oh.
I ain't worried about it. My only thing is like, I understand what you're saying, and everything you're saying is valid. But at the end of the day, what you want don't give it. It don't matter. It doesn't. And you call it selfish, and you're right, it is selfish. I don't want to have to put my life on hold for a kid.
Your life don't have to be
on
on
hold,
We just
hold,
talked
though.
about that.
I know, but that's why I say you're
But you're looking
one
at-
track minded with this.
I'm not one track minded.
No, you understand what I'm saying, but it's also feel like you're just stuck. Like, oh, if I have a kid, I have a baby. Like, it's just downhill from here.
I didn't say it's downhill.
It comes
I'm
off
just
like
saying
that.
that what I want don't matter. And you just said yes, that's kind of true. And you give examples to why it's not true in certain situations.
Mm-hmm.
But on the flip side, it is also true. I don't know what side I'm going to land.
Mm-hmm.
I know one thing. I'm happy where I'm at now.
You should be on both sides.
Yeah, like
So
you're
I'm
right.
cool.
Yeah,
No,
but not. It doesn't also necessarily happens like that though. I don't want you to also look at the bad side of like, oh, when I have a kid, like everything is going to change. Everything is just going to be over. Life is not going to be the same.
Thing-
Yeah, but it
that
could
is
be for the
true.
better.
I just
Things
want to
gonna
go on the
be for the
record.
better.
I just want to go on the record and say I think Tay wants y'all to have a kid.
No. I mean, no. I don't want him to have a kid. Whatever relationship.
what's that upon me?
No, I mean, y'all have a kid. Y'all do. Y'all don't. Y'all
They
don't.
do got a kid. His name is Amadeus.
Yeah, I got a dog.
Amadeus?
That's the closest I ever want to a kid.
This is crazy. Yo.
I want people that also that's listening, that's like
then-
also thinking about having kids. Like your life ain't all. It's never going to be over. It just depends. Like I
But-
said, how bad do you want your goals to matter versus like just living life? Like you have a kid, but
And I look at you. You say I'm cheap. That's fine.
Wait,
I-
when did she say this?
She said it like 3 times already.
Oh, I didn't
I
hear
said
that.
it once. He's
I said it like 3 times.
I said it once.
She was like, this-
I
like-
was here listening to this.
She was like,
joke.
this
He's
is
lying. I
cheap
said
as
it
shit.
once.
Right.
I did say I said it once. I was like, because you cheat, but
I'm like, I was
What's
like,
the thing?
I was like, this back and forth is good.
And I don't know if you heard this before, 'cause I said it on the pod.
Mm.
I'm the spender in the relationship. She's cheaper than me.
No, I could absolutely.
I'm
say
the
she's
spender.
saving, you're the spender.
Yes, I'm the spender. And
in general.
in
He's
general,
the spinner in general. You could you
When it
we
comes-
already seen this
when it comes to her, I understand what you're saying, but nah, but nah. Like,
but nah.
I get it. Kids,
nah.
kids can be wonderful. Kids can be good, but I look at it like this. I seen people have kids too young and struggled. Whether they made it on the other side or not is irrelevant, because if you're struggling, your kid's struggling. And then I seen people wait, got their life in order, get the financial means or whatever, and then have kids and they're living good. That's what I say. Your life is over. Because if you don't have, if you're struggling now, and you plan on having kids, I think it's immoral to bring a child knowing you can't even take care of yourself.
That's right.
Right.
And I feel like I assume we all seen that happen. That's not something to pass down. It's not a mindset to pass down. And even just yesterday, I had a conversation. My aunt, y'all having kids? Like, nah, it's not happening. And then like she gave, well, you have who's gonna take care of you when you get older? And I'm like, that's not how I look at that. And I wanted to say something, but I didn't say it. But my cousin said it. Her daughter said something. She's like, so you had a kid to take care of me? To take care of you? She's like, nah. But I'm like, that has been told several times in our culture. for you to have a kid to take care of you when you get old. I have done that. I stayed longer at my grandma's longer than I needed to for her.
Yeah.
I put my life on hold. I would never want anybody to do that for me. I personally think that's selfish.
But I'm sure she didn't expect that from you.
No, she didn't
too,
expect it, but I felt morally obligated.
Right.
And for me, I think that's more selfish than saying I'm going to have a kid, so when I hit 92, you know, they going to be there for me.
I mean, you can still be getting around at 92 too.
All right, looking like Hunchback of Notre Dame.
Nah, first of all, how you know you gonna have a hunchback?
I don't know.
I can't.
You can still be in shape. There's a lot of 92-year-olds to be out here getting their gym on. You know what I mean? It's probably gonna be money,
They
but
taking
you know,
supplements.
I think that's just like an old saying, like, oh, because it's like when women be like, oh, and girl, when you gonna get a man? And it's not necessarily you need a man, but it's like you're gonna be lonely. You are gonna be eventually lonely. Like there's somebody for everybody out here, but at the same time, I think that's just like an older saying that people saying, like, you need somebody to take care of you eventually. Like, what happened if your, God forbid, your wife passed, like, later on in life and you have no kids to check on daddy? Like, oh, I'm going to check on dad today. Let's make some dinner for dad today, whatever the case may be. Like, you have no one. Your brothers and sisters, they got other families going on. They got their kids and their grandkids to look after. So, you know, nobody's barely available to you. But I just think that's just the old saying, just to say like, hey, eventually you're gonna need somebody to help you and take care of you, and just to make sure you're there, and also create generational wealth. Like whatever you going through or you got going on for you and your family, you want somebody else to take this legacy and keep it pushing. Like you want somebody to take my house and take my job or whatever.
That was one of her points. She's like, what you can do with all your money and everything when you go? I'm like, I don't know. I'm gonna enjoy it
because you can't take it.
I can't take it with me, so I'm gonna spend it and enjoy it.
Damn.
Like I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
I just think it's two sides to that. I just feel like a lot of people have kids for the wrong reasons.
Yeah.
I think people have kids, relationships, or marriages because they feel like it's gonna make things better.
And it don't.
It don't.
And like I hate when people have kids for selfish reasons.
Or keep a girl around to keep a guy around.
Yeah,
that's
for
this
selfish
generation
reasons.
to me. Like they do it to keep around, or they think it's cute. Or I want a baby. Like
Yeah.
Nah.
And the flip side of that, in terms of like just relationships, I feel like people get in relationships and just be like, well, this ain't going well, and they just out.
yeah.
Relationships are not going to be happy dory the entire time.
No.
There are going to be times where
Ups and
like
downs.
you're like, I can't stand this person over here.
Like,
Right? And
why I start dating you in the first place?
and
dog?
like sometimes like that's just how that shit is. Sometimes like you just gotta go
Talk to
through
this
that.
nigga today.
Now, when shit get physical or like manipulative and just toxic, that's when you might have to take a step back and be like, can I deal with this the rest of my life?
then you shouldn't.
You know, people gonna have bad days.
Regardless,
As long as you have more good days than bad days, I think it's good.
Thanks.
the good always outweigh the bad.
So we agree that regular Tay gonna have a baby first.
Huh? How
You the lover boy.
I mean, yes.
All right,
This is
so you
accurate,
gonna have a
but-
baby first. Between you and Use.
I mean, well, yes. I'm not gonna sit
All
up
right.
here and
He's not
lie.
having no baby.
But
He's not having no baby.
well,
Why can't Use have babies?
He not having no baby.
Why can't Use have babies?
I mean, I
You
don't.
got his ball chopped off? Like, I don't-
No, he does not. He's not having no babies. Not right now. He got to find the right one.
How about see?
I did.
I feel like they had a conversation. We
We did. That's what best friends do.
I'm like,
Like
y'all
we had.
legit best friends. Goddamn.
You still trying to
one
find
thing-
his cinnamon apple.
One day.
Jesus Christ.
He gonna find us in my apple. But one thing that we did agree on, that it's funny though, we said we was gonna have kids together. Not like I'll have like my partner, he have his partner, and he gonna have his daughter because he want a daughter and I want a son. So
You gonna be like, all right, this the year, Tay.
this the year.
All right, get
That's wild, yo.
Not yeah.
Or
Nah.
go get
I
to
mean,
work.
there's days where I'm like, man, fuck them kids. I'm not having kids. Fuck them kids. And there's some days where it's like, oh, okay, one won't hurt.
Kids are
but-
cute when you can give them back to their parents.
Yeah, right. Take this little nigga back. He crying too much or
See?
whatever. But
Well, yeah, no. When it comes to me, yes, I guess I will be before.
You're the first one?
obviously, yeah, more than likely. I mean, I will say I'm happy that I haven't had a kid yet, because I probably would have been either a single dad or, you know,
oh yeah, for sure.
yeah, like, because it's just like, you know, I feel like any person that I probably got pregnant in my past, it would have been not the best decision. at all.
I got a question.
Yeah.
Does that, when you mean not the best decision, does that mean in terms of like y'all being together, or does that mean in terms of like parenting and being the mother? It just popped up. I don't know where it came from.
You said
It's probably X.
I'm sorry. What you say?
I said, does that mean in terms of like y'all being together, or in terms of her being a good mother?
Probably being together.
Oh, well, I mean, there's
Probably
not a
being
problem.
together.
I feel like as long as the person's a good mother, y'all can co-parent.
Cause like a lot of my, like some of my exes have had kids since we broke up and stuff, and they're okay. They're good mothers from what I could see and stuff like that. Actually, one of my exes just had a kid, and she was like, my daughter is like legit changed and saved me to make me be better. So that I greatly respect this stuff, but it's just like,
I'm sorry.
some people I just, some I just, just happy that I didn't. That's all it is. Now, at least now I'm saying that, like, mature Tay is saying that.
Okay.
Younger Tay would have been like, damn, should have got her pregnant.
I was laughing because he was like, yeah, they having the baby changed the women toward them. I was like, nah, man, cool. I'm happy. I'm happy where I'm at right now.
Yeah, I mean,
I think I'm alright.
a lot, but
I get you saying. I've heard
that. Yeah, I've heard that a lot. Yo, like
people have a kid and they're like, all right, can we bullshit no more? I gotta go out here and get this shit.
Yeah, like I actually do what I've been saying.
Some people need that.
Yeah, like some people actually do need.
That's why if you have a kid in your life, you're meant to be that parent.
Some.
Why you gotta give them that look? You said
not
that.
I know she side out and shit out me. I know she side. I didn't even have to look at it. I just knew it was coming. I could feel the energy a little bit. Like
side out was crazy. See, this is a conversation.
When you having a kid? How about that? When
did she just say? She just said when her you
I
agree.
said no. I said
you was
before
gonna be
I'm
10
30.
years.
I got 3 more years, and I said it before I'm 30.
So,
but
before you
I
went-
just,
But what if it happens after you 30 though?
I'm okay with that. I'm okay with it. I was just giving myself a timeline, even though I know timelines are never happen. But
you say you 27.
I just refuse to be
3 years.
Yeah.
Yeah, I say or 2 years.
So you
2
got
years.
2 to 3 years to find some
I'm
apple.
about to say because
All right,
her birthday is this year, so
yes, I'll
technically
be 28, so 2 years. But
All right, you got 2 years to get your shit together.
it's just like I came from my parents being married, even though they got a divorce after being married for 23 years. But
It's a long time
what
ago.
I've saw,
Man, give it
like
some claps for that. That's
that's
a nice.
what I saw.
You don't know which one
I don't
it
know
is.
which one it is. Wait a minute.
You-
No,
That-
I know it wasn't
wow,
that one.
definitely
Right? There you go. Why you going?
Because I know you did it earlier, and I was like,
That was
But the way my mom and my dad like were was regardless, they made sure they provided for us. My mom worked, my dad worked. My dad was actually in the home. Like we used to go out as families, did stuff as families. Like when you were talking about earlier about like the credit, like my parents taught us at a young age about credit and how to write a checkbook and how to do certain things, how to save money. My dad, like, so to this day, he passed away 3 years ago, but
That's all right.
thank you. But one thing he taught me is how to prioritize and how to save money, like how to go be a go-getter. Like you never have to want for nothing or no one. If you get it yourself, keep getting it. Like nobody's going to hand you anything.
Right.
You have to work hard and hustle for it. So, but they marriage itself, like I believe in it. I still believe in marriage. I still believe in for wanting minds and getting minds. But like I said, this generation, they don't care about that. All they care is about, we got a baby. Like, and one thing I refuse,
And being sexy.
and some people not going to like agree or say this, but I just refuse to be somebody's baby mom. I don't want that. Now, if we get married and we have a baby and things happen, then okay, cool, things happen. We have no control over that. But if I can not be your baby mom, yeah, no, not happening.
I always used to
I don't
say
want that
like
that stigma.
I used to say like even that like we have a kid, like if I was to have a kid with somebody and we get married or whatever, so be it together, like I would never say, and like we break up whatever, I would never say like you're my baby mom. I will always say like more respectfully say that's the mother of my child, because you
understand
know
that.
like that's what she is. Like I feel like baby mom saying that's my baby mom is like,
right, niggas say that, I'd be like, oh, that should be him. Okay, cool, whatever. Like that's how you think of them.
yeah,
like,
like
that's all she
yeah,
really
that's,
is.
that's all she is. But you say that's the mother of my child, that carries weight, it carries respect.
Yeah,
you
like
know?
right, like that's the mother of my child. Nobody ever.
Like
I
you
take care
see
of
her.
mine.
Yeah,
so.
I mean, like you see her. That means look, if
I
something
respect for him.
yeah, got respect for him. So you see something happen, whatever, help her out, say something, do something.
Whoever coming in this relationship,
Yeah.
gotta know like that's the mother of my child.
child,
We
right.
ain't together, But that's
the mother,
always going to be
the
the mother of
my
my child.
Yeah.
I got a question because I remember I seen this.
This is such a topic that money should have been here for.
I know,
God,
nigga.
This nigga, dog, every time, man.
Hoe ass nigga.
What's your question, man?
I seen
Before we
fucking
get to-
social
before we
media. I
get
seen this.
to the next,
I think like a
question.
TikTok or something. So the guy had his girlfriend in the car, and he was dropping his baby mom off somewhere while his girl was in the car, and she was snapping about it just because he was dropping her off somewhere. Is that weird or is she in the right?
Wait, is it
so
weird?
Is who?
So-
Are
so,
you
like-
saying is the girlfriend in the right for being upset?
Yeah.
No.
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 If my thing is this, y'all have a kid together, and if it's something that's going to benefit our child, where it's like, oh, you need to go to this doctor's appointment to get checked, or if you need to go to work to make some money, then I have no problem. But
Especially
you
we
have to let your
co-parenting.
partner know, like, hey, she ain't got a car this week, or whatever the case may be. She on a bus. She need to be at work by 9. Her appointment's at 8. I gotta take her, just so she could be at work, because that's
Yeah.
money out her pocket, out of our kid pocket.
Yeah.
So I respect that, but long as you communicate, like, hey, you can come with us. Like, I'm just dropping her off, like, to reassure that ain't nothing going on, or
Like, were they
but-
having like conversations or anything?
I
Like,
don't
were they
know the
laughing? 'Cause
backstory.
I'm about to say sometimes when you also think about it too, some like people that co-parent, they have an excellent relationship too.
Yeah, it can get a little
So
weird.
when they get around each other, they can still like bust it up and laugh and tell
little too
jokes.
friendly.
Yeah, a little too friendly. So it makes your partner question it and be like, y'all sure that y'all not together or not still doing stuff or don't still want to be together? And that still doesn't make it right for her to be going all crazy or whatever. So be like Tate was saying, like y'all had this kid, so now this obligation for if she needs to get somewhere and she can't because of X, Y, and Z, and it's gonna be, affecting my child. Yeah, I'm still gonna have to do what I gotta do. But it's just like that can be. It's just I don't know.
It's
Like you said,
limitations.
There's
to it.
limitations to it, and I feel like if you know that you and your co-parent has that relationship, I feel like you kind of shouldn't bring your partner around them, but you definitely they definitely should be around. But it's
I don't know
like
how you're gonna do that when you co-parent. They're gonna be around.
No, I mean like
It's up to the common denominator, whether it's the mom or the dad. If we sharing somebody, not sharing, quote unquote, for the lack of a better word, but if I'm dating the father of or the mother of your child, y'all need to have an understanding moving forward. Like, this is how it's going to go for our partners. Like, if I'm bringing her in, she needs to know how we co-parent.
Yeah.
And you need to understand boundaries between me and her.
Right.
Like, if it ain't about my son, then, or child or daughter, whatever the case may be,
Right.
then leave it alone.
Leave it alone.
at that.
Right.
But if it ain't no boundaries that's like, hey, she, this is going on, this is happening, whatever the case may be, then let it be known from the jump. So later down the line, assumptions won't come up.
Right.
Like when I seen the video, it wasn't no backstory to it. It was just like you see the camera, her in the front seat snapping, while like the baby mom in the back. Oh, face value, I personally nothing wrong with it. If you're just dropping her off, but like I said, if they buddy, and like if you already know they don't like each other, then yeah, nigga, you was stupid. Like you should
Yeah,
you should have known better.
You knew
But
this was already like
you knew this was going to bump heads. So
yeah,
it's
because sometimes it's just like that. Sometimes like even if you do explain it, sometimes it's just like nah, I just can't do it, and it's just like I feel like in those situations also too, you gotta know who you're dating too. Like is like I feel like if somebody still has a problem with me having a kid and then the baby mom and stuff like that, like I feel like you shouldn't.
I think
date
it's a
that
red
person.
flag.
Yeah, like that's a red. Like
Well,
you
what's the red flag?
you shouldn't date the person.
If I got a kid, you dating me, and you're upset that I got a kid,
Oh.
I'm like, what we doing then?
Yeah, why
like,
we dated in the first
There's nothing I
place?
can do about that.
Why
I got
are
a
you
kid,
going this far?
and I got another female that's gonna be attached to me the rest of my life, whether I like it or not. If you're not mature to deal with that, then
I would say dating a person with a kid is a hard situation, and then it also
It is.
depends how
Yeah.
old that kid is.
Yeah, like
Where it's sticky.
my girl, she has a son, so that's already like. But I mean, with me, like it seemed like most females that I've been meeting lately kind of have kids, so it's just like it doesn't bother me that you have a kid, but I definitely always ask beforehand, like, what is the situation with you and your, the father of your kid or your baby dad, whatever you want to call him.
You gotta have those
true and all,
conversations.
but shit can also change.
No, for sure, and that's absolutely what I always have in the back of my head. Like, all right, anything could change at any time. I mean, well, not what in this my situation now, but I know for a fact that's not going to change. But in the past, like I'm just like, all right, I know in the back of my head that it can change, but hopefully it doesn't. Like, you always just got to be like a hope and a pray that it doesn't change. But I definitely prepare for it to change just in case. But yeah, like it's definitely a tough situation dating somebody that does have a kid, but it shouldn't stop you from wanting to date the person. Like you said, it's all about the maturity of yourself, or the maturity of the person that wants to date you. If you have
in
a
a
kid.
situation,
yeah.
Say in a situation,
Yeah.
Because
in the situation, yeah.
I ain't dating nobody who got a kid who the baby dad's crazy. I don't got time for it. Maybe I don't got time for it.
Been there.
I just say I ain't trying to shoot nobody.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I ain't trying to shoot nobody.
I ain't gonna catch no cases.
I mean, but that's why I said things do change. Like, things
No.
never do stay the same.
Mm.
And
Well,
this is why I say, like, I don't like dating people with kids.
I can respect that. But since we on the subject of kids, what do y'all think about, like, with school and stuff? What do y'all think that like school, teachers, education can do to like make school more interesting and fun for kids, that make them actually want to learn these things? Because I saw this video like 2 months ago, and a teacher had a wilding out style in the classroom for multiplication tables, and it was like, he was like, what is like 3 times 3 is 9 in the classroom, when you keep going different multiplication numbers and multiplication equations until it might be one that they can't get, and then it was like, you do the thing and then get them out the classroom. Yeah. I was like, yo, that's fun as hell. I was like, yo, we would do something like that when we was in school. I guarantee you, like, I would have loved doing something like that in English class or something, finishing a sentence or with an adverb. Yeah, I'd be more engaged. So what do y'all think, like, schools could do to get it more engaging for these students? Because it's obviously is not. It's I know some kids still go to school like how we used to go to school and like literally go and learn and stuff like that, but it's a lot more percentage wise that don't, like, going to work, and seeing them just being outside smoking, rolling up, and going into the corner stores to get a breakfast sandwich, don't go to school until 11 o'clock and things. It's just like,
Well, that I don't know what you can do about that.
No, I mean, it's nothing you can do.
Because
I'm just saying,
in order for the teacher to like make things fun,
they gotta be in
they gotta be in class.
No, for sure.
So
I was just saying, because
problem.
that's kind of crazy to see in the mornings,
But see, that's why I said earlier, like, teachers have to get paid more regardless, because there are some teachers that are those kids' parents. Like, some parents are just working,
They don't care.
working. They don't really care about the kid well-being. I guess that go back to, I'm just providing for this kid. I got to make sure the lights is on, the rent is paid, food is in the fridge, clothes on their back. They can go to that field trip. Like, I'm never home. So some teachers are literally just conversing with their kid, teaching them how to live life and how to do things in life in general. But I think teachers also need to know their kids. If your kids are not, what was that saying? If one kid failed, that's on a kid. But if majority of your kids fell in your class, that's on the teacher.
Right.
You have to find out who your kids are, what classroom you got for the year, and see how you can engage them with your lessons. Like you said, they may need, like, we doing our timetables. Let's create a song. Let's create a game or something. And the way this generation is going, you have to meet them where they're at.
Yeah.
If they listen to rap, create a rap that's doing multiplications.
Right.
How to read or how to tie your shoe or whatever the case may be.
Right.
Meet them where they at so they can understand, like, learning.
Right.
And make learning fun again. If it's just like, all right, what's 2 times 2, guys? And kids just like, this is boring as shit. Like, yeah, cause some kids is not going to pay attention. And then some kids can't comprehend everything the way the student next to them is comprehending it.
Right.
So you need to know your kids.
Right. Every student learn differently.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And bring back a lot of like Like I remember growing up, like I had music class.
Yeah.
I had like social studies and stuff. Like a lot of kids, they don't even got music. They don't even have
That's crazy.
Like they don't have those certain classes that we grew up on. Like
Those extracurricular classes.
Yeah,
and stuff. Yeah.
stuff that's going to be like just to go to school.
Yeah, like computer classes after this at the at
for like a year.
Yeah, like
and they snatched that shit from us.
Oh my god, so pissed. So
like
pissed.
I remember bringing my violin home. Like, Mom, I got a violin. Like, girl, I never played that shit in a day in my life.
But like stuff like that just
introduce different things that we. Once again, stepping out of like
our box,
the black box
yeah.
of what we supposed to do.
Right. And times are changing.
And I think that's how school is supposed to be. You should be introducing new things to students so they can step outside their comfort zone. I feel like when you like high school, middle school, high school, I feel like it's the best time to step outside of your comfort zone because you don't really have the pressure of like having to succeed.
Yeah.
When you go to college and you see that student debt, and you know your mom also put up an extra $10,000 out her savings. Nigga, you better pass every class.
Man.
All right? You better make them proud when they spend all that money
Facts.
and get a good job. When you in high school, yeah, you have the ability to step out your comfort zone and just try things and just have different experiences to see what you like.
The foundation of how you want to be in life.
Yeah, like I feel like middle school and high school are like those are the years where like it's okay to do something different. At least it should be. We all know high school and like popularity and all that bullshit. We think in high school we thought it was important. We know that shit didn't mean anything.
Not at all.
I know that's just granted to answer the question directly, Tate. I don't really have a question. Answer. I mean, I'm not a teacher. I would just say kind of like what y'all said, understanding your students and just changing the lesson to fit them. That's the best I can do. Because even if you have that, like, if you want to do that, there's a culture difference between the teacher and the student. Like, how you going to do that? If the teacher never seen Wildin' Out, or don't understand the culture, it's gonna be a lot harder for her to bring something that class is going to get them engaged. Right. Who's like the black teacher who's in like all black school who understand these things, who understand like, well, this is what the kids listen to now. This is what they think is cool. Rather than like the teacher from some random part of PA who just decided to come to an inner city Philadelphia school. And I'm not blaming them because like they came here because they want to teach, hopefully for the right reasons. Yeah. But there is still going to be a culture barrier there. I don't know. I feel like this would be a good question if we had like an actual teacher here to ask, someone who's actually in the classroom. You should have
told me. One of my best friends is a teacher.
Really?
I mean, she's not African American, but she's a teacher.
No, either way, she can like speak on it.
Yeah. But she deals with like her struggles and stuff. Like when she be saying like there's a lot of kids where she try to teach them and she go home and give them an assignment. It's not done. It's not due. Or the mom or dad looked over it and it's kind of like, well, damn, if I can't reach this kid, it's up to the parent to help me reach this kid. But it's a struggle because I can't, do it by myself or do it alone. But just like you said, when you, or like I said, we're meeting them where they at, but there's also kids that have also, like you said, trauma from the household, trauma from inside.
And they bring it to school.
And bring it to school. And that's where we go back to say our first topic was we want to see more black teachers inside the classrooms because they can understand like, okay, this is what's going on. This is where I can help or, this is where I can try to break that barrier of like not wanting to come to school and not wanting to learn. Also,
where I want to see more in just education and school across the board, more funding for the schools.
Oh, man, absolutely. Yes. Oh,
because
my God.
in order
schools are shutting down rapidly, man. It's just
not even just that. It just in order to like build these engagements and things that these kids are going to be interested, the funding got to come from somewhere.
Yeah,
like they can do 1,000 fundraisers every year. Like it shouldn't equal to what the government should be giving these schools in terms of like finances. And like I ain't gonna lie, I don't want to hear the excuse we don't got the money. We're paying for 2 wars.
Exactly.
Paying for 2 wars. Yeah. And yeah, I've seen these niggas give us free money during the pandemic.
We could build a prison. We can build
Yeah.
You can build fucking more schools.
Yeah.
And after school programs. And just like even on like the
Man.
weekends and stuff, like there
Or
was
stuff to
something
do.
like a park to go to
Yeah.
where a community center where we can go play basketball. We can go play swimming and not play swimming, but go swimming and play on the fucking playground. I don't see much playgrounds anymore.
Playgrounds
Either if it's
and,
there,
like,
it's
just-
shut down or they took it away.
Just things outside of
Besides
school to do
school.
for
Yeah.
kids.
Like kids,
they don't have nothing else to do but literally, like I said, in the
in the
beginning,
streets.
be in the streets, rolling up, doing just anything, and it's crazy. Like I remember, ironically, when we was in school, what we do? Go to football practice.
Even with
Like,
that,
when I
there
was
were
younger-
kid clubs. There was clubs for us to go to.
I say it was clubs.
Yeah,
it
but
was-
I don't think it
wild,
was chess.
but, like,
I
it
went
was
to
some-
chess club too
yeah, we definitely had
occasionally.
chess clubs and
Like
stuff like that too. Yeah,
just
like,
to not like I ain't want to go home. I'm just stay at the school. Like my friends are going. Let me go. Shit, they fed us
Chess
and
club.
shit.
Look
Yeah.
at you.
Oh, well, my dad played chess, so I played chess growing up. But yeah, weird fun fact. But
yo, what?
All right, hold on, because
Last
we only
about
got like
that.
a half an hour left. I didn't realize time went by this fast.
Well, can
Me
we just
neither.
we having good
that
conversations.
was good though. But
Yeah, good
All right.
wait, are we
conversations.
stopping?
No, we're gonna get to our last topic and try to
Oh,
run through that.
and
And
then
I know
I got-
Tate got his John.
Yeah.
So, last question is,
Contact.
huh?
Not my contact. Then I go ahead.
Oh, is your family spouse obligated to help you with the dreams of career? And I want to connect that to like terms of dreams of businesses. Or y'all feel like y'all obligated as black people to support black business? And what do that means in terms of supporting black business to you? So
Goddamn.
if y'all want to gather your thoughts, I can kind of go first. So I'm not gonna lie, family. I don't think. All right, in terms of spouse, is your spouse obligated to help with your career and dreams? To a certain extent, I do believe because y'all are a team, and your dream is my dream, and vice versa. Now, if at the same time, if your dream is stupid, and I'm obligated to tell you that shit is stupid, I also support you, but I'm gonna tell you it's stupid, and I feel like your family should also do that.
Jesus Christ.
If your girl woke up and said, "I want to join the circus," you gonna support her dreams? Join the circus?
Yeah, I'm gonna find that circus.
All right, she can go. Just make sure the net there. And when she can't walk on that little tight little beam, I'm gonna say we tried it. We did all we could. Now let's find a different path.
It depends. It depends on the person.
It does. It depends on the
for.
drive they have.
But I think you should motivate them regardless.
Yeah.
Motivate them regardless. It's not obligation, but you should. If you're the important person in their life, then they need it. I'm not
Right.
gonna say want. People need that from
Yeah,
the
some
people
people.
that they care about and love. Like I need your opinion on how I should maneuver through life and to reach my goals. Like I need that. Whether it's wrong or right, tell me. Like so I can keep it pushing. Like
That's what I said. I just said
yeah,
in a
but-
very
I was I'm
straightforward
agreeing
way.
with you,
I'm about to
but
say you just said it in a blunt way.
yeah, like I'm agreeing with you, but it's no obligation. Now I think people get it messed up where it's financially obligated.
That's different.
Like no, nobody's financially obligated to help you reach your goals. That's on you
Yep.
to find out where you're going to get your
Talking
funding
about
from.
morally and like turn to like
Yeah.
encouragement.
Right,
Which
like
is free.
just
It-
moral support,
Like
got your back.
retweeting something or
yeah,
just
reposting, showing up to something that I had, whether it's a pop up shop or a show, or like, look, I'm selling these $5 socks. Like, okay, they $5. Everybody can afford $5, but I'm not about to go find a storefront for your ass.
Got
I
you.
ain't about to go fund you to go to school. Like some people, marriages, yeah. If I'm going to school and I'm stopping our relationship to, maneuver, then I do feel like there's some type of like, okay, well, you need to help me because I. Put this on hold for you,
Right.
Yeah.
especially if you did it for something or for
Right.
someone.
Right.
Then yeah, you need to make sure you help me since I'm helping you.
Right.
is that
Like-
an obligation? You feel
It's agreement between
For
y'all two,
marriages?
yes.
Okay,
I mean, I
alright.
feel like in marriage now, if you girlfriend or
that's-
boyfriend, then
Yeah,
That's-
that's a little
y'all
different
Granted-
conversation.
but
I mean, financially, that's not guaranteed, but especially I feel like y'all together, I do feel like you should be obligated to support your spouse, whether you agree or not. But when you talking about support financially, that's when like the real conversation, like, all right, how much do you really care about this thing to where like we gotta sink money in this?
yeah, right. As I'm saying, marriage, yeah, you need to talk about. I mean, relationships, period, you need to talk about it. But I feel like it's a little bit more obligated in marriage than it is
Yeah.
regular
Yeah.
boyfriend or girlfriend.
Yeah.
Because you could walk away today. I mean, even in the marriage, you could walk away. I could walk away. But there's still type of like,
it's legal stuff.
Yeah,
legal stuff
right,
that we got to go through. Yeah,
right.
Like you just boyfriend and girlfriend and be like, all right,
yeah, right.
Deuces.
And just pack my shit up and go.
Well, that's if you even have shit, you know.
I mean, that's true. Yeah.
But I do support black businesses, and I want to support more black businesses. But and I'm gonna just speak for the city of Philadelphia. Black people be getting the fuck over. They be just doing too much, overcharging, not showing up, having attitudes, no customer service skills, no nothing on their website. They want us DM them, and the message is like, no, where's the proper channels?
Professionalism.
Yeah, right. Professionalism to go to, so I can support you the way I want to support.
Right.
But everybody's just chasing a dollar and don't really care about
service you're giving
for their customer, like so they can keep coming back.
You know,
it's kind of like I'm black, you black, so you supposed to support me.
I was just
you
about
need
to
to
get
support
into
me.
that. Shit pisses me off. Anytime another black person has something critical about a black business, you always have that group of people that shames them.
Because
I'm like, we're not supposed to talk bad about black business. It's hard out here.
Well,
this is my whole thing. It is hard out here.
Yes.
It's hard for black people to get businesses. It's hard across the board for business in general. You would think, saying how hard it is, you would do shit the best you can do. You would go the extra mile to make sure all your shit is nice. I'm not gonna look. I support black business, but not in the way that I think most people. I'm not gonna support you just because you black business.
Right.
I'll give you a try. I'll try your product. Just because you're black.
You're a platter.
Yeah, I'll try that shit out. Yeah. If that shit trash, I ain't coming back. If that shit trash, I ain't coming back.
Yeah, you ask me for a review, I'm going to tell you.
I'm going to tell you how I feel. That shit was dry. That's some dry ass chicken. Like,
damn. Not the dry ass chicken.
It was,
dry turkey wings.
I was just thinking that like dry.
And them Jones are slimy. Like,
and they slimy.
But like, I'll definitely turn the block. Like, hey, I'll try it. But if it's not good, I'm not going to keep back. I'm not coming back and supporting because it doesn't help us. It doesn't help anything. Cause we're putting our dollar into something we don't believe in.
Right.
And then like the whole bougie thing, yes. I think especially when it comes to restaurants and bars and shit, I feel like black people feel like they gotta be bougie to like exist. I don't know why.
Wait, what you mean?
Yeah. Like for like Atlanta.
Okay.
Atlanta's bougie as shit.
Oh, nigga.
Atlanta's bougie as shit. It's just what it is. Man don't give a fuck about being bougie. Man just wants some good service, some good food, and a cold beer.
Okay, Keith Lee.
All right, fuck it. That's all I want. It's a nice service. I don't give a shit about what else is going on. That shit clean. I got some good food and a cold beer.
Yeah.
That's the most important thing. That should be like the baseline of just like business in general. You have good service, and then everything else will fall in place.
Right.
I feel like a lot of us, we just want the glamour. We want shit to look cool and look nice. Aesthetics. But like your waitress has a bad attitude every time I come in here.
Right.
And you're upset. I'm not coming back.
And I waited an hour for some damn water.
Right. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? It's just bad. It's just bad business. I don't support bad business. I'll try.
Yeah, I'll try it, and you got one time with me.
Yeah, and after that, if I'm going to the next one.
And it's like, why should we support bad black business?
You shouldn't support any bad business
at all.
It's like this
whether it's
one
black or not.
Right.
Me and Seth love so much, but it's funny because he want to go there when he come home next week.
Oh boy.
I love the place because they got the best food and best drinks, but they service
terrible
sucks. Like literally, when I say like an hour for drinks and even water,
I'm not doing it.
Like
hell no.
The music at this establishment is like the worst. You can't even converse with your friends there. The bartenders, they're never behind the bar. They ain't here talking to the people. Like, don't get me wrong, there are some places where the bartenders come behind the bar, check on tables and converse, and try to make them comfy at home.
Yeah.
Hospitality. But when you need to you got tickets up here, you shouldn't be shaking your ass and twerking in the middle of the damn table. Go make them damn drinks. Because we got customers in here that's hungry and want their damn drink, but they come here for it.
Right.
Like, but I don't know why. Like, why do you think a lot of black businesses are like that nowadays? Like, they just don't have no type of hospitality in them. It's just come.
I think this is just what man thinks. I think the concept of serving somebody, we don't like that.
Yeah.
We don't like the concept of having to serve another person.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think that goes well with our psyche in our history.
It doesn't.
That's the only thing I think about.
I agree with where you going with that.
Yeah. I mean, I understand, but like for me, I went to school for hospitality management. Like anybody that knows me, I'm always be like, oh my God, I don't care if I'm upset or mad, whether you come to me and say, hey, can I get this cup from you or whatever. I'm always like, oh, my pleasure. Absolutely. Thank you. You're welcome. Oh, how's your day going? Like, good. Like, I'm always want to make sure the next person feel comfortable with it enough to be like, oh, I want to come back, or I want to see her again, or I want to, request her again, whatever the case may be, to the point where it's like, yo, she has the best service. Like, I never want to make somebody be like, yo, this service sucked today. Like, yo,
terrible.
Yeah, I'm never coming back here.
You know what it is like on the other side of that?
What?
Having bad service.
What, bad reviews or something?
Yeah, you just said that place you want to go to, food is good.
Yeah, it's amazing.
But the service is terrible.
Just
crazy.
You know imagine how high of a thought you would have at that place if they had great service.
They'll be one of the best restaurants in the city.
That's what I'm saying.
One of the best. Because everybody's talking about it, but everybody's talking about how to not go there because of the service.
Mm-hmm.
But
so when you said that, I'm like, damn, do they do pickup? That's the first thing popped into my mind.
I was just thinking, I think they do.
I was about to say, because I was like, the way she talking about, I was like, I kind of want to see.
I'm gonna
but
tell
then
y'all
when
when
she
we
said
get off
service is
this
bad,
name, because I don't know nobody related to the people.
No, for sure.
People. I know people that work there, but
we ain't gonna mention no names.
Yeah.
Nah, for me, bad service make or break. Because if I come in there, I want to feel like I'm welcome in a place. Especially I'm spending money.
Oh man,
if I came here to spend bread and you giving me an attitude, nah, I can't deal with it.
The only people I'm accepting attitudes from is Jamaicans.
I say the food good.
Yeah, because they food too good.
That's how you know the food good.
Going there like, yeah, give me. She ain't got no little attitude, then I don't want.
Nah, that jerk chicken ain't seasoned right. She ain't mad enough.
She ain't mad. She happy as shit. Like no.
Nah.
Like why you so happy? Like why you not back there cursing the chicken out for no apparent reason?
I need that. You're like, come girl, you're next girl. Come on.
What you taking so long to order for?
Is there I don't know if a website or an app, a place you can go to see like all the black businesses in the city?
I think there is an app. I'm not too sure.
I need that.
But I think it is like a little lane where there are apps and stuff.
I would love to go around and just like go to all the black businesses and support. At least give them a try.
I think we should.
It's just hard to find. Like you see them randomly. You just draw down. Oh, I like a black owned restaurant. Let me just stop there real quick. Get a drink.
It's a lot.
They are very random, yo.
I'm pretty sure there's a lot. It's just like I don't know where to go.
No, for sure.
I was raised off the
the same shit.
Poppy store in Chinks. Like,
and they right around the corner.
Yeah, hoagies and cheesesteak.
Mm-hmm. The shrimp fried rice.
Still to this day, I will go to a Poppy store get a cheesesteak versus any other place in the city.
I haven't in a while because it's not a real one around here. Yeah, but Poppy store cheesesteaks would be good.
Oh man,
good enough.
Still to this day.
You eat them Jones at the night out. Oh God, it's just amazing.
All right, we got like 20 minutes, less than 20 left. Say what you got for what happened this week on social media.
Oh man, so all right, I'm just gonna start with the obvious of what everybody's been talking about. NBA All-Star Weekend. Shit was trash.
I didn't watch it, but I heard it.
So fucking trash, bro. So trash. I'm so upset.
Didn't they score like 200 points apiece almost?
No, well, the East did. The East scored 200 points.
That is terrible.
211, bro.
That's terrible for the NBA. For the NBA,
bro.
Well, they don't even call calls no more. People be walking, traveling. They don't care.
Nothing, bro. And it's all right. So it didn't help that Indiana. I'm sorry, unfortunately, but it didn't help that the crowd wasn't really into it. Unless it was Indiana Pacer doing something.
They picked the wrong place to host it.
Pretty much. Because it's like, it wasn't like they was not hyped for things, but it just seemed like when things were happening, they was cheering,
Okay.
But then when the Indiana Pacers, somebody did from the Indiana Pacers did something, it's like, oh, they out their seats now. And it's just like, all right, I get it. Like, that's this is what you having in that, but let's not do that. Like, it's other players out here that
you would think that shouldn't be a problem. Cause I imagine a lot of people should be traveling to those places
that's what I'm saying. But you could definitely see the difference. The judges for the dunk contest was trash. Like, it was a dunk that Mac McClung did that should have got a 50 and it got like a 47. They don't even do like the 10s no more. They do like a 48.6s and it's
why it's so complicated.
Like I don't understand. I was like, why can't we just use the 10s? Like if it's a 10, 10, 8, 9, like how it used to, like
nah, seriously, it's so straightforward.
Like keep it simple. Jaylen Brown out here doing dunks over 4'6" Kai Cenat.
Yeah, I heard about that. He went from jumping over cars to jumping over 4-foot guys.
Yeah, like bro, like and then he covered his eyes after the dunk.
I see that.
And I was like, what are you like? What is happening here? He's in there doing in-game dunks, and then he started releasing videos after the fact that showed that it was other dunks that he was trying to do, and I'm just like, bro,
it don't matter,
like,
bro.
This is 4 days later. Like, what are we doing? Freaking the best thing about the weekend was Steph versus Sabrina Ionescu from the WNBA, and that got literally it was the best one, but it got like not derailed, but it got like downed.
Downplayed a little bit.
Yeah, it got downplayed a lot by one of the announcers on TNT because he was saying like, well, she's using the WNBA ball and all this other stuff. Why she don't shoot from the WNBA line? But the crazy thing is, she got 26 points from the NBA 3-point line, the same amount that 4 of the men did from that same line in the men's 3-point contest. Granted, with the WNBA ball, but it's just like
wait, is the WNBA
I think it's probably smaller.
It's a little smaller, but
granted, on average, men's hands are bigger than women,
exactly.
So I understand why the ball might be smaller.
Yeah, but it's just like you kind of killing this moment right here. Like
let her be great.
Steph really went out there to pretty much like say like, hey, if she beat me. Like she beat me. Like it is what it is. Yeah. Like they trying to get the WNBA more recognition, which they should. Bro, they be balling in the WNBA, bro. Like
Shorty was killing it the other day. What was her name? Caitlin?
I just need people.
Caitlin Clark.
Who she play
She's still at college right now. She played for Iowa.
That's the game I saw.
Yeah, it's like she became the NCAA leader in point scorer for women or something like that. Mm-hmm. Yeah, like they out here making history now.
I ain't gonna lie. They really do need that shit.
Yeah, and for the announcer to pretty much like
downplay like that, disrespectful.
It's wild. So it's just like it's kind of fucked up. But all in all, like the All-Star game, they play no defense, of course, and then you got people like
it was crazy. I remember at least in the fourth quarter they used to play defense.
That's what I was like, all right, I'm used to this three quarters. I'm not doing nothing.
Bullshit and just let them score. Fourth, they usually clamp that shit down a little bit.
Because it's something going down now. Like now it's getting serious. Like they showed a video on X the other day of Kobe saying like, you know, it's guys going harder at the rec in UCLA during the summer and the off season than it is in the All-Star game, and that's crazy.
Now,
like, because at least they still getting paid. They still kind of pretty much getting paid for All-Star.
They get paid for that.
Yeah, so it just is wild.
I will play devil's advocate for this.
Right.
I can understand the concept of like not wanting to go 100% in an exhibition game.
No, for sure.
Because you know how sick I would be. Imagine if Maxie twisted an ankle or some shit. You will be sick.
I would be pissed. Because especially with Embiid out now.
Yeah,
I'd be pissed.
You'll be sick. So I understand that, but now your niggas still gotta play the game of fucking basketball.
Yeah,
I ain't saying jump out the gym, but like
do something.
Yeah, I go for a steal, like block a shot, like
do something. Like, and then it's even worse because the game said it started at 8, and then it didn't start to 8:40 on a Sunday. Like people gotta go to work.
So late?
That's what I'm saying. Like usually, if it does say start at 8 and sometimes it might start at 8:15 or 8:10. That's different. Like that's 10-15 minutes. But we almost an hour later. Like, people got to go to work the next day. Yeah. Like, come on now. So, yeah, NBA All-Star Weekend, F. Get an F. Another token from the NBA All-Star Weekend, Chris Brown. Man, he
what he do?
No, he didn't do anything.
He didn't do anything.
Okay.
He did something.
Like, the Ruffles sponsorship of the celebrity game pretty much stopped him from. Well, not pretty much, but it stopped him from playing in the celebrity game.
Why?
You know why?
Because what he did at Rihanna.
That was like 10 years ago.
Exactly.
We was
they
in high
not
school.
letting this shit go.
We was in high school when this shit happened, bro. We was in 11th grade when that happened.
I wonder if you can take legal action for that.
And so here's my thing.
He probably can.
I would. Fuck them.
Like it's crazy because the NBA invited him to play in the game, and then the sponsors they took it back because of the sponsorship. So my thing is, like, a lot of people saying is like, when is it gonna be time for y'all to really let it go? Like, Rihanna done moved on, done had kids and stuff like that.
But people forgot they
got back together afterwards.
They got back
and
together.
then
she support him and vice versa.
Yeah, like he congratulated her on the Super Bowl last year for her performing and all that stuff. It's just like, when are y'all gonna let it go? Like, I'm not saying I'm never gonna be pro. Nobody should ever be pro domestic violence and stuff like that. Especially me. Especially what just happened with my best friend and stuff like that. But it's just like,
I think that's wild. Cause isn't that nigga from the Thunder still playing?
Yeah, Gritty. Yeah,
it's disgusting.
Yeah. So it's just like, and he said he's like, y'all really know what it is, like. Did
the NBA make a statement about that?
No,
they didn't make one yet. Yeah, I ain't seen.
He been. Chris Reynolds just like, yo, stop playing with me. Like, don't invite me to uninvite me to stuff now. Like, he's like, just don't say nothing. Like, if y'all can't, move past it. Like, I'm still pissed about them canceling his Michael Jackson tribute.
Yeah,
yeah.
Like, and Kelly Rowland spoke up. Like, y'all need grace. Grace and mercy goes a long way.
Yeah, like. It is crazy because it's like, why they probably never going to let it go is because Rihanna's picture is still on the internet. And anytime
every picture's still on the internet.
She's moved on here
to
with another rapper. Listen, like, come on, bro.
Listen, but it's like every time you want to invite Chris Brown or something, things
so
like that.
Ruffles, the chip did that.
Fuck Ruffles.
You telling me Ruffles never employed anybody that was less savory in a sense?
That's what I'm saying, bro.
Because I'm sure
it's the sponsor. It's just it's the sponsorship, and NBA they don't want to lose no money, so
right. I'm sure, like, since they doing it, like, they don't think about like, he's going through it, but
do celebrities do they get paid for that?
The game?
Yeah,
I'm not entirely sure.
I think they probably get sponsorship, but I don't know.
Yeah,
I thought y'all would know this.
I think it's more about fun.
The celebrity game?
Yeah,
I be forgetting that shit exists.
Yeah, I mean, I don't really be watching it. Like,
that's like one game I do watch.
I watch it.
The celebrity, you want to see Kevin Hart shoot?
Yeah, I mean,
you just want to see
for I watch it to see
Kevin Hart shoot the ball.
Like, okay, who's playing?
Yeah, I want to watch. I watch it to see. I tune in just to see who playing, who the coaches is,
and they
stuff
really
like
play.
That.
Yeah,
like to see if they really play, which celebrity could really ball randomly for no apparent reason, stuff like that. It's fun, like, but it's just like it's crazy that that y'all gonna do that. Like that's wild. Like you gotta let it go. But moving on. So the craziest party that ever happened and that never happened but really didn't happen is getting a sequel. Project X is getting a sequel. It's gonna happen.
I was gonna say,
I ain't gonna lie.
It's gonna be called Project XX. And it's gonna have an all-female cast. So
I hope it's gonna be good.
Because the first one was dope, everything.
Yeah, that definitely. Yo, I still want to go to a party like that on some real. Huh? I still want to go to a party like that. I think it'll be insane to go to a Project X, but I'm slightly scared to go to one. But then again, I wouldn't mind going to one. But that was wild.
I mean, I've been to one party like big, not as big as that, but like big. But it didn't. I was just like, I'm chilling. Like, I ain't about to get them. But I do, if I feel comfortable enough, like all right, majority of my friends, because I went with like another girl.
Yeah.
And I'm like, no, but if a majority of my friends
like
go, I'm like,
we
about to get turned out, we about to get lit, then I would, but
but you can't go to this joint with just one person, like
not one person.
Yeah, that's not a party. You could just be like, all right, we gonna go and it's just gonna be us two. No, we need
because I'm watching you watching me, like we ain't safe, like no, I'm making sure you good, I'm good. But if it's a group of us, then let's fuck it. Ball. Like,
it's insane. Like everything we already know. If you've seen the movie, everything turned up once the drugs hit.
Yeah.
Once he opened that gnome. Once he opened that gnome, shit got real, like legitimately real. So it's just like, dog.
Yeah,
like,
that's like a jump bubble. With girls, we should see how that go.
Yeah, we gonna. Yeah, I wonder. It also depends. It also depends on who they pick.
Yeah, who
the
like
cast.
who the actresses are.
Yeah.
I feel like it gotta be unknown actresses. I feel like
that made me not want to watch it.
Yeah, that would.
Because I don't know what it's going to hit for. Not saying
either
like,
way, you don't know what's going to hit for.
Yeah, I don't know, but I don't know. Something like that, I kind of want to know.
I mean,
or at least two known actors in there.
Do on Project X?
Yeah.
Was any of them known actors?
No, I didn't recognize any.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I feel like you gotta
now see the kid.
They came known, I think, after that.
What's his name?
Look at the cast real quick.
Yeah, look at the cast because I'm trying to think.
Because when I seen it, I think the reason why like I loved it is like I don't know who these guys are.
Right.
I don't know what the fuck I'm getting into.
Right.
And then like what happened was fucking amazing.
Yo, this was insane.
Because you don't know what you're doing. You have no expectations like what's going on.
For sure, that's a fact.
I think a lot of those guys we seen for the first time.
The one that played Hanks.
Were new.
Huh?
All these people were like new.
Yeah. The guy that played Hank's son in the last season of Californication, I think he
was on there, right?
Yeah, I think he might have played in a few other things before Project X. I'm
But
not entirely
that was
sure,
the
but
one that everybody knew him of.
Yeah.
Oh, this is Tom Hanks' son. He was in here. What did he play?
Tom Hanks' son was in there?
Chet Hanks. He was a party goer.
Oh, he just
A party goer.
just a random
A backup
party.
Oh,
guy.
random.
Yeah, he's just a random
Wouldn't
man.
even know.
You random person that was just in there partying.
Like some of these guys, I like they like yes, I recognize them now.
Yeah.
But during that
Tom
movie,
was
I didn't know
in
who they were.
I
think that's one of the magic of like that movie. We didn't know nobody.
Yeah,
and
for sure.
We didn't expect it to
But do
be
you
like
think
that.
do you think it would be like that with the all female cast? Though? Like,
I'm not gonna lie, I don't know. I don't know.
That's why I take.
And they've been doing that shit
help.
a lot with a lot of different genres of movie.
Yeah.
They'll just
Those are
like
real cheesy.
Throw
Yeah.
anybody in there. Yeah.
they'll just make an all female version of it, and just because just have a female version of it.
That's
And like it's funny, me and my coworker, we argue about this all the time because he felt like Hollywood is just like throwing females in roles just to have a female in a role because like that's what's popping now, female empowerment. And like I tell them, look, I don't give a fuck as long as it's well written, it's a good movie.
Yeah.
right.
If you throwing females in there just to have it, then nah, it's terrible.
Make it make sense.
Yeah,
makes sense.
exactly.
And that's kind of why Tay said, maybe having one known person it might help balance
Balance
it
it
out.
out.
Yeah.
I feel like it might be reversed depending on who it is. If you put somebody in there who has like a bad history of bad movies already, that's gonna make me want to watch it.
Oh
less.
yeah, no, that's a fact. So I don't know if y'all saw, but there's a woman that posted her 5-year-old daughter waxing like adults and stuff. She got arrested.
Huh?
Yeah, I think
Yeah, it was.
that's too young to be exposed like that in front of them coochies like that. Yeah, she
No,
was
like, it's a legit-
she
it
was
was
an
like a legit-
esthetician and
yeah.
she was waxing, but she was also guiding her 6-year-old daughter to wax. But she was like actually doing it. The 6-year-old was waxing the people,
Yeah.
the girls, the
Yeah.
ladies.
Yeah,
Dumb.
Yeah.
It ain't like she's 17 or 16, but
who
she's
was
sick.
these people allowing them to get waxed?
And they even stupid.
I ain't gonna lie, like this internet has just shown the stupidity of people over the years. I remember when I thought the height was just doing crimes and telling people you did the crimes. As I get older, it's just they just get stupider and
Incriminate
stupider.
them damn selves.
Stupider.
I
bro.
just that nigga stupid. Like I don't get it.
like
I think one of the most egregious things I've seen, and I'm pretty sure I remember the guys that made that baby smoke weed.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
That was like, what are y'all doing?
Stupid.
I don't. Yo, I swear they need to put like I don't
And
even
then
know.
her
I can't get it out.
excuse was like, "Oh, I'm creating generational. Girl, she is sick. She by the time she go home, she gonna be want to play with her Barbies. Like, what?
Yeah, she ain't remember none of this.
Yeah.
Like, what makes you think a 6-year-old can like fully grasp and understand what she's doing?
I
Like,
just-
Oh, I feel like clout should be on the drug control list.
it needs to be.
I feel like it because people get addicted to that shit and they will ruin their life
yeah, I'm
just
running.
for some likes and retweets.
Yeah.
A mistake is overcooking something or forgetting things.
Right.
Like
Forgot to take the trash out before you leave out
exactly.
for work or school.
Yeah, like
that's a mistake.
that's a mistake, bro. Sexual accusations is not a
It's not a
mistake.
mistake. It's repetitive too.
It's repetitive. Like what are we doing here? Like what are we doing here when we say mistakes? Like
But Floyd dumb as shit anyway. Like, why be listening to him?
I'm sorry.
whatever.
I missed everything you just said.
Oh well.
Can you say that again?
So Floyd Mayweather, the Mr. Money Man, he spoke on Diddy's sexual accusations, And he pretty much said, I'm a black man. He black. I'm not gonna really say
Made a
much.
mistake.
He said everybody makes mistakes. So he, that it was a mistake. Everybody makes mistakes. I'm just like, forgetting to take the chicken out before, your mom get home is a mistake. Like Tay said, forgetting to take the trash out before school and stuff. That's a mistake. Like certain,
That was a response about Diddy.
yeah.
Yeah. He a black man.
I ain't gonna lie, that sounds like something he would say.
Yeah, that's why I say he's stupid. Why
Yeah,
are we
it's
even
stupid as
listening
shit.
to
Like
him anyway?
this man he just be saying anything.
He's so like out there in terms of he don't understand like what a regular person deal with on a
One
regular
track
business.
mind.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's too rich. He can't
He
relate.
think right. He
can't
think
relate.
everything revolves around money.
Yeah,
Exactly.
he can't relate to shit like that. So that sounds like something he would say.
It's ridiculous.
We poor compared to him.
Yep.
Oh yeah, we're
we're
super poor.
Super poor. Like in the downtrodden for real. Speaking of Diddy. Well, not necessarily speaking of Diddy, but speaking of Diddy because this person mentioned Diddy. Orlando Brown. Yeah.
Oh God.
Jesus Christ. Orlando Brown said that
Oh man.
he came out with a list of all the men that he's had sex with and
Question before you can get any further.
Time out.
I didn't know he had sexual activities with them.
Are we taking this as truth or are we taking this as satire and he just
this
talking
man-
shit?
He's more than likely just talking shit.
Okay,
'Cause,
all right. I just didn't make
on
sure-
one occasion he said his father is Lucifer, so that
I mean, yeah, I avoid his interviews for that reason.
that man,
The vagina.
like,
Like, why are we listening to this man?
but
Because he's entertaining.
Right.
yeah, exactly.
some people.
exactly. So his list consists of Diddy, which I mean that right now, as of right now, with his sexual accusations, he might not be lying about that one, but but he's Diddy, Busta Rhymes, Drake,
Next. Once he mentioned Drake, yeah, next.
and then he said Usher.
And Busta.
Don't
Like,
don't
come on.
don't let me do it, Tay. Don't even do it.
Then he said Usher. Don't.
Don't.
I'm not gonna say what he
don't
said.
even-
I'm not
y'all
gonna say.
can
I'm
look that
not-
up yourself.
Yeah, just
I don't.
look it up yourself.
I
I'm
don't
not
even
gonna
want.
say what he said
No.
about Usher, but just look it up yourselves. But yeah, somebody get that man help.
So
please.
what else happened this week on social media?
Yes.
Somebody help get that man. In sadder news, unfortunately, the youngest HIV and AIDS activist, Hadia Broadbent, passes away at 39. If y'all don't remember her story, she was on Oprah.
At
think
5.
at 5. She was born with HIV AIDS, and she was on Oprah when she was 11, actually. But she didn't know, like, she first of all, she was adopted, and her parents didn't know until like 3 years later, and they said she wasn't gonna make it past 5, and she made it all the way to 39. She also was born addicted to crack too.
God damn.
Yeah, it was a lot. So it was definitely crazy. And sad part is, to kind of go back to one of the earliest topics, one of her like last wishes before she passed away was to meet Chris Brown. So that's kind of like crazy when you think about it, that people still even want to meet him and be around him and stuff like that, even though people still can't let go of what happened years ago. Like that's insane.
I think it's crazy that people so holding the news against them as if they haven't done anything egregious in their life.
Right.
Like,
As if people can't fuck up and like grow from that and do better in life.
right. Like
You know what's funny? I remember a while ago, I can't remember the exact wording, but they was basically like, in this generation, Malcolm X wouldn't be able to become Malcolm X.
nope.
He wouldn't be able to have that growth and change as a person to become who he was, Malcolm X, in his generation.
Right.
Because people would keep dragging him down and remind him who he used to be.
Right.
It's fucking sad.
Nobody believe in forgiveness.
Yeah.
Not at all. It's ridiculous, man. Like I just don't understand it, honestly. But one last thing, little upbeat, get out
No,
there.
you're forgetting one more person.
Oh, Eric Mays.
Yes.
My fault. Yeah, Eric
Councilman
Mays.
Eric
I'm
Mays.
sorry. Eric Mays passed away too. Damn. Yeah. Yo, it's kind of crazy. 2024. It's been some heavy hitters passing away, man.
Yeah.
We just got into 2024.
Like it's only February. I mean, March is
Around
next
the corner,
week. Yeah,
but like it's
like,
still we
like,
only 2
dang.
months in.
It's crazy, man.
Yeah, let's go on. Death happens, but life happens.
Yeah, like it's something, man. Yeah. So, real quick to end on a lighter note, shout out to Philly Fame TV. I don't know, y'all remember? It's 2 Philadelphia twin brothers that went viral like a couple years ago. For like they trained each other boxing and stuff like that. They resurfaced a couple, like I guess like a couple days ago or something like that, and they with another viral moment. They're still training boxing. You know, one brother is the trainer, the other one is the actual boxer. And I wanted to give this a shout out to the Grandy twins. That's their name on the Instagram. I want to see, like, I love seeing stuff like this.
Mm-hmm.
You know, especially with kids this young. Like, it's like we was going back to talk earlier about they don't have a lot of stuff to do at the school and things like that.
Yeah.
Like, so to see something like this is very uplifting for me. Like, it brings me joy because it's just like, not only am I doing something, you know, that's fun and cool and boxing and not me picking up a gun, things like that, but I'm also doing it with my brother, my twin brother at that. So it's just like that's something that, you know, goes along too with black history and being black, things like that. Just that togetherness, bro. That used to also be something that couldn't be broken, especially with us in the black community in general. So.
Yeah, I hope they keep that going though. I hope they get,
Facts.
you know, make a career out
from
of
the
it.
video, they, you know, the brother look kind of sharp.
How old is he?
They look like they about maybe 13.
Okay.
Yeah, maybe 13, 14. But it was one part where he was like, the trainer brother was like, come on, give me 1-2, give me 1-2. He's like, he stopped. He's like, all right, hold up. He's like, you playing? Like he holding his brother accountable and everything. He's like, how am I playing? Because he's like, you know, you playing now. Stop playing and give me the jab.
He was digging in like, yo, come on, like you got this.
Yeah, give me the jab, give me the 1-2. Like, come on, let's stop playing. So things like that, like that's really encouraging. And like I feel like I wish more stuff can be like that, can be highlighted and not just in Philadelphia, but in general in America. But unfortunately, we already know like it's not.
Yeah.
Every time we turn around,
it's not what we see.
Yeah. So,
unfortunately.
Yeah. But
not some positive to end with.
Yeah, some positivity. That's all we got. You know. Well,
good.
Yeah, I ain't got
all right, till next time.
Till next time.
This is the Sandbox.